everybody, and welcome to the annual City Swim Meet here at Darnek Swim Club. Glad to have you on a tape-delayed basis on Cable 2. I'm John Sodrell. I'll be your host this evening for all of the action. To my left is Leslie Keller, a former U.S. swim coach, and to my right is Linda Ford, coach of the Owensboro swimming team. We're going to have a lot of action out here today, and first of all, Linda, let me tell you who's going to be really strong out here. Who do you expect to look good at the swim meet?
Well, from the number of qualifiers, Splash looks like they have the edge, and then Atlantis looks like they are going to be a close second.
Leslie, who can we expect to do well out here as far as records? Could this be some record-setting paces out here this afternoon?
It could. It sure could. As far as individual swimmers, we've got some in the younger groups. We've got Jacqueline Berry that's really strong. I've got some older kids. Brad Morse for Darnek is really strong, along with Nate Pajak.
Okay. It should be a good swim meet. We'll have all the action for you right after this.
In just 6 days, your backyard could look like this. Home Pool doesn't just put in the pool. They make it look right in your yard with complete landscaping consultation. They're not a part-time company. Home Pools work year-round on decks, patios, and, of course, pools. And with 19 years of experience, you'll be quite satisfied with the job done for years after the one-year guarantee. Estimates are free. It's the first step toward fulfilling your backyard dreams and filling your own pool with water. Call or visit Jim Pfister, the pool man, at Home Pool, 1200 Burlew Boulevard.
The area's #1 spot for kids stuff? This is it, Kid Stop, in Town Square North. One stop for kids' shoes, including Strider Rite, Baby Bot, and Toddler University, fitted by certified shoe specialists. One stop for familiar and favorite brands and back-to-school clothes like Nautica, Esprit, Boston Traders, and Zoodles. One stop for super savings, too, with 50% off all remaining summer clothing. Infant to preteen, take the one-stop shopping route for your guys and gals. Kid Stop in Town Square North.
Owensboro Swim Cyclery and Fitness Center, 825 Frederica, Owensboro.
If you're traveling on South Frederica, check out the new kid on the block, Bowen Tire. The location is new, but the name has been around for 40 years. This new location is just another example of Bowen Tire's commitment to serving the tri-state area. Our intention is to serve you as quickly, conveniently, and professionally as possible. So if your car's broken, bring it by 2600 Frederica, and we'll put it back together for you. Bowen Tire, a different kind of tire store.
Welcome back, everybody. We just had the girls' 25-yard 6 and under freestyle. We'll have the results from that one for you coming up just shortly. It was a real good race, but now we're ready for event number 2. It's the boys' 25-yard 6 and under freestyle. In lane 1, Bobby Doggett from Darnek. In lane 2, Jacob Fiorella from Paddock. In lane 3, Jordan Doggett from Darnek. In lane 4, Daniel Eggers of Country Club, Owensboro Country Club. Lane 5, Nathan Cecil of Paddock. Lane 6, Ben Hayes of Town and Country, and they're underway. Looks to be a pretty good race. Looks like lane 4 is in front right now, Linda.
Yes. Really a close one.
It's going to be a close one between lane 3 and 4, Jordan Doggett and Daniel Eggers. Anybody's calling that thing?
Like maybe lane 3
lane
touched him
3
out.
snuck in there.
It looks like lane 3, Jordan Doggett from Darnek, will get the win in this one. He had the best preliminary time yesterday in the qualifications, 21.49. Of course, everything will be unofficial until we have the results for you. Those will come at a later time, but as of right now, it looked like Jordan Doggett may have gotten that
That's
one.
what it looked like to me. It looked like lane 4 was going to get it, but at the end he touched him out.
He had a big lead there at the front, but Jordan came up there at the end and was the stronger at the end. We're going to move quick here for you this afternoon. Event number 3 is the girls' 25-yard freestyle for 7 and 8-year-olds. In lane 1 will be Sarah Zerner from Atlantis. Lane 2, Mary Jones from Splash. Lane 3 will have Tracy Keller from Splash. Lane 4, Mary Fentress from Town and Country. Lane 5, Amber Smith from Splash. And lane 6, Whitney Bell out of Paddock. The gun is up. And they're in the pool. Who's going to be strong in this one? Do we have any idea?
Should be.
Splash, maybe?
Tracy Keller from Splash is seated first, but looks like it's an awfully close race.
Again, lanes 3 and 4 seem to be the key lanes here. It's going to be neck and neck at the end, and it's just a matter of who touched first. It looked like maybe lane 3 again.
3 or 4. It's hard to tell from this angle for sure. Close race.
I guess in the Olympic swimming, they have a touch pad or something that
yes,
swimmers touch.
they have the touch pad here too. During the city meet, we always have that, and then the computer is attached to that, so they have accurate times. They have the backup watches.
Okay, we're using a touchpad, and also there are stopwatches being used as well. It looked like maybe Tracy Keller in the girls' 25-yard 7 and 8 freestyle. This is the boys' 25-yard 7 and 8 freestyle. Travis Jones from Atlantis in lane 1. Brett Russell from Splash in lane 2. Logan Johnson Paddock in lane 3. Zach Sparks from Splash in lane 4. Justin Fiorella from Paddock in lane 5. Andy Larson, lane 6 from Splash. And here, maybe lane 4 will get one this time. And it appears
Zach Sparks.
Zach Sparks, he's a good one.
Very good.
Got a lot of good young swimmers.
I think Splash had something like 130 lanes represented in the entire meet. They had 70 girls lanes and 60 boys lanes.
Yeah.
And they're the defending champs as well, is that right? Okay, Zach Sparks from Splash appeared to have won the boys 25-yard 7 and 8 freestyle. Event number 5, girls 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle. Lane 1, Rachel Jones from Splash. Lane 2, Beth help me out here.
Ludwig-Zach.
Beth Ludwig-Zach from Owensboro Country Club. Kelly Kern from Darnek in lane 3. Lane 4, Mia Masinek from Splash. Lane 5, Natalie Lindo from Darnek. And lane 6, Lori Ludwig-Zach from Owensboro Country Club in lane 6. And they're in the water. And this one, they're all just about even.
This event, they'll have to swim 2 lengths of the pool. The older kids swim a little further.
The youngsters have a shorter distance, and the older kids do longer distances. Does the strategy change any in the longer distances? I guess the turn comes into play.
The turn really does come into play. The 53, there's not as much, but when they get into the 100s and 200s, there's a lot more strategy to it.
And running away with it, lane 3, Kelly Kern from Darnek. And holding true to form, she had a significantly better preliminary time than the rest of the swimmers.
Kelly will be a good one to watch today as well.
Gentlemen on the block. Moving right along, the event number 6, the boys 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle. Lane 1, Jake Sparks from Splash. Lane 2, Josh Murphy from Splash. Lane 3, Kyle Roby from Splash. Lane 4, Chris Arney from Atlantis. Lane 5, Tim Brandon from Paddock. And lane 6, David Doggett out of Darnek. The gun is up, and they're in. Even some interesting artwork on the backs of some of these.
Right. They have all kinds of tattoos and things for the city meet.
How important is the entrance into the water?
Oh, that's really important because sometimes you win or lose by hundredths of a second, and that start can make that much difference. Kyle should run away with this one according to his time for the preliminaries, and it looks like he is.
He was more than 3 seconds better than anybody in the qualifications, and holding true to form, no upsets thus far, as Kyle Roby from Splash, 3 Splash swimmers out of the 6 in this one. Kyle Roby appears to have won the event 6, the boys 50-yard 9 and 10 freestyle. The 7th event, girls 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle. Lane 1, Kelly Schmiel from Atlantis. Lane 2, Rocky Hatton from Splash. Lane 3, Lindsey Green from Paddock. Lane 4, Tammy Price from Splash. Lane 5, Lindsay Abel from Darnek. And lane 6, Heather Woolley from Splash. They're getting set. Gun is up, and we're off.
This should be a close race looking at their qualifying times.
Only 2 seconds separates all 6 swimmers in the girls' 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle. What about the mechanics out there? How many, should they be taking very many breaths?
The fewer breaths they take, the better time they're going to have.
Lane 4 appears to be the one in this one, Tammy Price from Splash, and so far, as expected, Splash doing very well. Splash doing very well so far in this meet.
Okay, I'm going to keep on getting that back because I got to keep everything running.
Event number 8, the boys 50-yard, 11 and 12-year-old freestyle. In lane 1, Bill Hess from Owensboro Country Club. Lane 2, Nathan Waninger from Paddock. Lane 3, Joseph Boswell from Splash. Lane 4, Kevin Curran from Darnek. Lane 5, John Hess from Owensboro Country Club. And lane 6, Brian Montgomery from Atlantis. They're about a fourth of the way into it now. And the middle lanes are doing much better than the outside lanes.
Right. They are placed in the lane by their times, and the fastest time you'll find in lane 3's time, the fastest qualifying time. So that'll be
less wave resistance that way? Is that the way it works?
I suppose. Maybe that's the reason.
Lane 3, Joseph Boswell from Splash. Looks to have come in on this one, and he did have the best time in the preliminaries. Joseph Boswell appears to have won event number 8, the boys 50-yard, 11 and 12-year-old freestyle. Event number 9 is the girls 13 and 14-year-old 50-yard freestyle. In lane 1, Ashley Reynolds from Owensboro Country Club. Lane 2, Katie Malone from Splash. Lane 3, Brooke Berry from Owensboro Country Club. Lane 4, Carly Cundiff from Atlantis. Lane 5, Jane Hess from Owensboro Country Club. Lane 6, Tiffany Strong from Paddock.
If you look at the times on this one, it's going to be a close one, too. You have 4 swimmers that were 28 seconds.
The fastest time was 28.41, the slowest 30.37, less than 2 seconds between all of them, and they all are right in a line as we come down to the end. 3 swimmers, lane 2, 3, and 4, all right there. This is going to be a close one to call, and I don't think I will even. We'll have to wait for the official results.
Wait for the announcement on that one.
That's when the touchpads really come in handy.
2 or 4, it looked to me. I think they were a little bit ahead out of 3, but 2 or 4. Either way, it could have gone. Event 10 is the boys 13 and 14-year-old 50-yard freestyle. In lane 1, Matt Walker from Town and Country. Lane 2, Trent Thomas from Paddock. Lane 3, Clay Purdom from Atlantis. Lane 4, Ryan Misenik from Splash. Lane 5, Eric Foster from Splash. And lane 6, Nick Waninger from Paddock. They look a lot older than 13 and 14-year-olds. And they're in the water. Big kids out there.
Yeah, a lot of these kids are swimming high school. They start out in middle school, so they have experienced women racers in high school and summer, so a lot of good swimmers.
In lane 3,
Clay Purdom.
Clay Purdom
in the lead
is
right now.
out in the front of this one. Clay Purdom appears to have won event number 10, the boys 50-yard, 13 and 14-year-old freestyle. We'll be back with more from the City Swim Meet right after this.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Give them any color they want, as long as it's black. Hi, I'm Dennis Wilson with the Insurance Center. That quote was from Henry Ford, and that same philosophy seems to hold true today with Allstate, State Farm, and other companies like them. They try to tailor your needs to their policies. We do it differently. At the Insurance Center, we tailor our policies to your needs. Tailor-made protection and security for the businesses and families in Owensboro and Davis County since 1969.
In just 6 days, your backyard could look like this. Home Pool doesn't just put in the pool. They make it look right in your yard with complete landscaping consultation. They're not a part-time company. Home Pools work year-round on decks, patios, and, of course, pools. And with 19 years of experience, you'll be quite satisfied with the job done for years after the one-year guarantee. Estimates are free. It's the first step toward fulfilling your backyard dreams and filling your own pool with water. Call or visit Jim Pfister, the pool man, at Home Pool, 1200 Burlew Boulevard.
The area's #1 spot for kids stuff? This is it. Kid Stop in Town Square North. One stop for kids' shoes, including Strider Rite, Baby Bot, and Toddler University. Fitted by certified shoe specialists. One stop for familiar and favorite brands and back-to-school clothes like Nautica, Esprit, Boston Traders, and Zoodles. One stop for super savings, too, with 50% off all remaining summer clothing. Infant to preteen. Take the one-stop shopping route for your guys and gals. Kid Stop in Town Square North.
Welcome Welcome back to the City Swim Meet on Cable Channel 2. We're ready for event number 11 now. The girls' 50-yard high school age freestyle. In lane 1, Tanya Miller from Darnek. Lane 2, Missy Wink from Atlantis. Lane 3, Leanne Presser from Atlantis. Lane 4, Lisa Kelly from Atlantis. Lane 5, Lee Bowen from Darnek. And lane 6, Mandy Keller from Darnek. This is all Darnek and Atlantis in this one.
I think you'll find that's true throughout the high school events. Darnek and Atlantis have the stronger high school swimmers this year.
And Splash has the
Splash
better
has the younger swimmers.
group.
I think Leslie has one she wants to watch in this race.
Leanne Presser from Atlantis in lane 3. Lane 3 is bearing a lot of winners so far. What I meant earlier about less wave resistance is if you're on the outside, you're going to get off the edge of the pool.
Right.
And in lane 3 and 4, it's just going away from you.
Right.
So that could be a factor, and so far it appears to be that way.
Yeah.
Event number 12, the boys' 50-yard high school age freestyle. Lane 1, Kevin Hatton from Splash. Lane 2, Josh Vanover from Atlantis. Lane 3, Brad Morris from Darnek. Lane 4, Nate Pajak from Darnek. Lane 5, Jeremiah Johnson from Atlantis. And lane 6, Chad Masenik from Darnek. Masenik is a familiar name. I know Ryan is a...
Ryan is a good younger swimmer, and Chad's a good swimmer, too. And their little sister Mia is also swimming.
7-8 girls. Got Mia in there now.
And they even have the whole family.
The whole family.
The whole family of swimmers. At the midway point, it was Brad Morris, lane 3 out in front at the turn. Coming on strong in lane 4, Nate Pajak. But I believe Brad Morris of Darnek in lane 3 held on.
Looked like he did.
Okay. We're up to event number 13 now, and I'm trying to look for it in my program.
We're up to relays. So event 13 will be the girls' 100-yard 7-8 girls medley relay.
The girls' 100-yard 7-8 medley relay. In lane 1 will be the Town and Country team, and lane 2 will be the Atlantis team. Lane 3 will be the Splash team. Lane 4, the Paddock team. Lane 5, the Owensboro Country Club team, and lane 6, the Darnek team. Anytime I say Country Club, I of course mean Owensboro Country Club. Again, this is the girls' 100-yard 7- and 8-year-old medley relay. That means we'll be seeing all 4 strokes.
All 4 strokes. Each swimmer will do one length of a different stroke.
Who do you usually have it? They're all doing the same stroke at the same time? What's the order?
We're going to start with the backstroke, first of all, and then we'll have a 25 breaststroke, and then butterfly, and then finish up with the freestyle.
So it goes back, butterfly, breast, and then free.
Right.
Back, breast.
Breast.
I heard you.
I don't know how they remember, but they do.
Back, breast, butterfly, then freestyle.
Right.
With coaches yelling from the sidelines.
They all begin with a B.
Right.
I'm like a fish out of water out here, so...
They did not have to swim the relays yesterday. Each team can enter, each club can enter a team, so these are...
There's no need to qualify, you just put one team in each relay.
You put your best 4 swimmers at that time together to make your relays. Where you think you have, and you count double points on relays, so those are really important points.
Any surprises thus far at this juncture of the meet, would you say?
I don't think so. I think we're seeing people finish in about the same order that they qualified in.
I can't remember somebody who didn't have the best qualification time not winning thus far, so that appears to be status quo from the City Swim Meet 1992 version, the 27th annual Owensboro Summer Swimming City Championships, coming to you from Darnek on Cable 2, tape delayed. Glad you could be with us. I'm John Sodrell, along with Linda Ford, Owensboro swim coach, and Leslie Keller, former U.S. swim coach.
Looks like we're missing the Owensboro Country Club team. They may have...
We have a team missing in action. That's apparently the delay.
They should have a team.
Why would something like that occur? Do sometimes the kids just fail to make it, running late?
Yeah, then maybe they didn't
injury?
hear. They have a clerk of course where they meet before they come to the blocks, but sometimes the little ones have a hard time getting where they're supposed to be in a big meet like this with so many people and everything. So
a lot of these swimmers are swimming numerous events too, isn't that right?
Right. Several of them will qualify in all the events, and some of them will qualify in all but 1 or 2, so a lot of them are swimming.
Is there any limit to the number of events that you can swim in?
No. In summer club, there's not.
they're also able to swim up in the relays into older groups. Team may use one of their 8-year-olds to swim in the 9-10 relay if they don't have enough participants in that group.
We're waiting on one team. We will not have one team. Lane 5 will not be represented. That is the Owensboro Country Club team. They are a no-show here for the girls 100-yard 7- and 8-year-old medley relay. How do you keep from running into the partitions and running your head into the back end?
They have backstroke flags, and the kids are supposed to learn how many strokes it takes them from the time they see the flag till they get to the wall, so that helps them.
So these flags hanging over the pool are here, not just here for show.
Right. On each end, they'll have the black backstroke flags, so they'll know how close they are to the edge.
After the first leg, the backstroke, here's lane 3. It doesn't appear. There's no doubt lane 3 splash is well in front. In the breaststroke phase, we'll now have the butterfly coming up.
This splash 7 and 8 girls relay is a very strong relay. In fact, I would look at them breaking the former record.
We could have a record set
here.
Yes,
I would say this is a record breaker here.
Their qualifying time did break the record.
Okay, the record is 1:21, and their qualifying time was more than 2 seconds faster than the former record. 1:21.64 is the record, and we're shooting for 1:19.24 was their qualification time, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. If you'll notice, their cap's the Deadly Medley. That's what they've nicknamed themselves, so they have really done a good job this summer.
They won by more than half of a pool length, easily in front. The Flash 7 and 8-year-old girls 100-yard medley relay team, clearly the best in this one today, and possibly a new record. We'll have the results to you as they become available.
If you're traveling on South Frederica, check out the new kid on the block, Bowen Tire. The location is new, but the name has been around for 40 years. This new location is just another example of Bowen Tire's commitment to serving the tri-state area. Our intention is to serve you as quickly, conveniently, and professionally as possible. So if your car's broken, bring it by 2600 Frederica, and we'll put it back together for you. Bowen Tire, a different kind of tire store.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Give them any color they want, as long as it's black. Hi, I'm Dennis Wilson with the Insurance Center. That quote was from Henry Ford, and that same philosophy seems to hold true today with Allstate, State Farm, and other companies like them. They try to tailor your needs to their policies. We do it differently. At the Insurance Center, we tailor our policies to your needs. Tailor-made protection and security for the businesses and families in Owensboro and Davis County since 1969.
In just 6 days, your backyard could look like this. Home Pool doesn't just put in the pool. They make it look right in your yard with complete landscaping consultation. They're not a part-time company. Home Pools work year-round on decks, patios, and, of course, pools. And with 19 years of experience, you'll be quite satisfied with the job done for years after the one-year guarantee. Estimates are free. It's the first step toward fulfilling your backyard dreams and filling your own pool with water. Call or visit Jim Pfister, the pool man, at Home Pool, 1200 Burlew Boulevard.
There'll be Country Club in lane 2, Paddock, lane 3, Atlantis, lane 4, Splash, and lane 5, Darnek. Town and Country will not have an entrant in the boys 100-yard 7 and 8-year-old medley relay. Do they have statewide times where this deadly medley, the girls that we just saw easily win, that they might be able to compete on a statewide basis?
It would be U.S. swimming. The local record is just that of the clubs, but I think all four of them, I think they swim together in the winter for the racers. And so then they have an opportunity to compete against state and national times.
I know Town and Country Town and Country is a little bit down this year. What could be some causes for that?
Well, probably the fact that there's another pool close, and
there's a lot. There weren't always 6 pools here
right,
in Owensboro.
Right.
The talent has been spread more around.
Splash is a new pool. Atlantis is a new pool. And in the 70s and 80s, Town and Country really dominated summer swimming.
They had their day.
It was really between Darnek and Town and Country. And
yeah, it sure was.
You'll notice at Town and Country's pool, they have a whole list of dates they've won the city championship.
Things have a way of going around. Not to take anything away from Town and Country.
No.
They are fine competitors here this afternoon. And we're underway. The boys 100-yard 7- and 8-year-old medley relay. Lane number 4 out in front here after one stretch. Splash.
We've got lane 1 sneaking in over there.
You're right, yeah. Lane 1 just kind of snuck up. They appeared to make a better trade-off on lane 4, but a lot of urging going on over on lane 1. The Owensboro Country Club swimmer is really coming on strong, but look here at lane 3. Lane 3, the Atlantis swimmer making a bold move and actually coming up to take the lead here after the second leg. That was a strong leg.
That was a strong leg. Let's see what they do on butterfly now. It's like Splash is coming on butterfly. Trying to see who that might be.
Very, very fast by Splash here in the butterfly leg in lane number 4. And at the exchange for the last leg, Splash out in front. It'll be hard to catch Splash now.
He's giving it his best effort, though.
It sure is.
The nice second leg, the breaststroke leg in lane 3, at least made lane 3 competitive there. Lane 3, Atlantis, coming on strong and not quite getting it. And this is a little bit of an upset. Atlantis was 5 seconds, almost, well, a little bit over 4 seconds better in the prelims, but Splash wins it when it counts.
Now, John, these swimmers, they didn't swim the relays yesterday in qualification, so these are just times that the swim coaches have entered. They probably swam these times at some point during the summer, but they didn't actually swim these times yesterday.
That's right. Thanks for correcting me. There were no preliminaries for the relays yesterday. These are just times that these teams have done in the
during
past.
The regular season, right? And they can, during the city, they may switch up who swims on a relay from the time they had this time. So
you don't have to stay with a particular relay team?
No.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification. Event number 15, the girls 100-yard 9- and 10-year-old medley relay. In this one, Town and Country will occupy lane number 1. Lane number 2 will be Atlantis. Lane number 3 will be Splash. Lane number 4 will be Country Club. Lane number 5 will be Paddock, and lane number 6 will be Darnek. The best time turned in by the coaches is lane number 3, Splash. I guess lane number 3 always has the top time. Splash in lane number 3 has the best time turned in. But as mentioned, there were no times from yesterday, so anything can happen. There's a 17-second differential between the best time and the least time in this race, according to prior performances. Still waiting on some results for you from the earlier races. We have completed 14 events thus far at the 27th Annual Summer Swimming City Championships.
Backstrokers in the water.
We're getting set now, again, for the girls 100-yard 9- and 10-year-old medley relay, and the swimmers are in the water. A lot of enthusiasm out here. You can tell, definitely, there's no doubt which team is which. They have it all over it. And we are underway in the 15th event from the afternoon.
This was a pretty close one, too, in the first leg of the relay.
The middle 4 rows are right there.
It's like Paddock may sneak in.
Lane 4. Looks like touch.
Lane number 4 does hold a slim advantage. Owensboro Country Club, but in lane 5, Paddock is coming on strong, and in lane 3.
The a close one on this end of the leg, too. Oh, right in the water.
Really 3, 4, and 5 all just
right
touched
together.
right at the same time. But lane number 2 is coming on strong, and Lannis here in the third leg, the butterfly.
I'll come down to
2,
the
3,
last.
and 4 that time. We're even for the last leg. The dogfight here in the freestyle, 2, 3, and 4. It's a 3-girl race, and lane 4 out in front a little bit, but lane 3, and it will be lane 3, I believe. Did you see
It looks
that?
like to me lane 3.
Got a hand in there.
Yeah.
Looked to me like, but that's the way the times were turned in.
Right.
Splash and Country Club were very close in the times turned in, but apparently lane 3, Splash, has won the girls' 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old medley relay. We're getting ready for event 16, but before that, we'll take a break and we'll be right back after this short timeout.
The area's #1 spot for kids stuff? This is it, Kid Stop, in Town Square North. One stop for kids' shoes, including Strider Rite, Baby Bot, and Toddler University, fitted by certified shoe specialists. One stop for familiar and favorite brands and back-to-school clothes like Nautica, Esprit, Boston Traders, and Zoodles. One stop for super savings, too, with 50% off all remaining summer clothing. Infant to preteen, take the one-stop shopping route for your guys and gals. Kid Stop in Town Square North.
Owensboro Swin Cyclery and Fitness Center, 825 Frederica, Owensboro.
Bowen Tire. We're a different kind of tire store. Since 1950, you've trusted Bowen for auto tires, truck tires, and commercial tires. You've counted on Bowen for the parts and services you've needed to keep your car going. And we've done it all at reasonable prices. Bowen Tire. We really are a different kind of tire store.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Welcome back, everybody, and we're into event number 16, the boys' 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old medley relay just underway. Lane 1, Owensboro Country Club. Lane 2, Paddock. Lane 3 is Splash. Lane 4 is Atlantis. And Lane 5 is Darnek. Who's missing here at Town and Country and does not have a representative in the boys' 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old medley relay. Lane 3 leading after the first leg. That is the Splash Club. Splash in the white caps and Splash in cursive on the side of their white caps. And as you might expect, they do have the best time turned in, 1:19.80. This appears to be a very strong team.
Yes, this 9-10 boys medley relay is, they've been swimming together this summer, have done a really good job.
And they're already, we have a pool length differential. And if your Splash has won the 16th event, the boys' 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old medley relay. Splash clearly the best in this one.
This will be impossible. Okay, these are original. These are original. I have to keep on giving you the original. Oh, and I'm going to be running up and down the
We're missing our audio. I don't know, you're bumping something down there. We're hot right now. I'm hot. Got dead air right now. Keep on getting reverbed out of our headset.
In just 6 days, your backyard could look like this. Home Pool doesn't just put in the pool. They make it look right in your yard with complete landscaping consultation. They're not a part-time company. Home Pools work year-round on decks, patios, and, of course, pools. And with 19 years of experience, you'll be quite satisfied with the job done for years after the one-year guarantee. Estimates are free. It's the first step toward fulfilling your backyard dreams and filling your own pool with water. Call or visit Jim Pfister, the pool man, at Home Pool, 1200 Burlew Boulevard.
The area's #1 spot for kids stuff? This is it. Kid Stop in Town Square North. One stop for kids' shoes, including Strider-Rite, Baby Bot, and Toddler University. Fitted by certified shoe specialists. One stop for familiar and favorite brands and back-to-school clothes like Nautica, Esprit, Boston Traders, and Zoodles. One stop for super savings, too, with 50% off all remaining summer clothing. Infant to preteen. Take the one-stop shopping route for your guys and gals. Kid Stop in Town Square North.
Owensboro Swin Cyclery and Fitness Center, 825 Frederica, Owensboro.
Bowen Tire. We're a different kind of tire store. Since 1950, you've trusted Bowen for auto tires, truck tires, and commercial tires. You've counted on Bowen for the parts and services you've needed to keep your car going. And we've done it all at reasonable prices. Bowen Tire. We really are a different kind of tire store.
Welcome back, everybody. We have unfortunately missed the 17th event. It's the girls' 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old medley relay. We apologize for that. However, it appears that Splash was the best in this one. Again, lane 3 giving out a lot of winners, but of course lane 3 has the best times supposedly in it, and Splash in lane number 3 apparently has won the girls' 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old medley relay. I want to get caught up with some of the results for you real quickly if we can. Well, we're getting ready for the event number 18. Let me tell you what this is, and then we'll run down some of the results. The event number 18, boys 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old medley relay. Lane 1, Darnek. Lane 2, Atlantis. Lane 3, Splash. Lane 4, Owensboro Country Club. Lane 5 is Paddock. Those are the teams to be watching. Now, some results as we watch this event. From the first event, the girls' 25-yard 6 and under freestyle. The winner, Terry Fentress from Town and Country in 20.86 time. Second was Rachel Howard from Splash. In the second event, boys' 25-yard 6 and under freestyle. The winner was Jordan Doggett from Darnek. In 20 flat, second, Daniel Eggers from Owensboro Country Club. Event number 3, the girls' 25-yard 7 and 8-year-old freestyle. The winner in this one was Mary Fentress. Mary Fentress from Town and Country was your winner. The second place finisher, Tracy Keller. Event number 4, the boys' 25-yard 7 and 8-year-old freestyle. The winner, Zach Sparks from Splash. 17.23. Logan Johnson from Paddock was second. And event number 5, the girls' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle. The winner, Kelly Kern from Darnek in 31.72. Lori Ludwigzak from Owensboro Country Club was second. The winner here in the 18th event, the boys' 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old medley relay appears to be Owensboro Country Club. It looked like they were out in front at the end, and no doubt about that. But again, all of our things that we are telling you are unofficial until we give you further notice. Right now, we do have more official results. In the 6th event, the boys' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle, The winner, Kyle Roby from Splash, 31.87 his time. Second place was Chris Harney from Atlantis. In the 7th event, the girls' 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle, Tammy Price from Splash was the winner in 28.68. Lindsey Green of Paddock took second. In the 8th event, the boys' 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle, Joseph Boswell from Splash, 28.29. Kevin Kern was second from Darnek. In the 9th event, the girls' 50-yard 13 and 14-year-old freestyle, Katie Malone from Splash, the winner, in a better time than her trial time, 28.25. Brooke Berry from Owensboro Country Club was second. And in the 10th event, the boys' 50-yard 13 and 14-year-old freestyle, Clay Purdom from Atlantis won it in 24.80. Ryan Masinik from Splash was second. The 19th event now we're getting ready for. It's the girls' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old medley relay. In lane 1, Darnek. In lane 2, Splash. In lane 3, Atlantis. Lane 4, Owensboro Country Club. Lane 5, Paddock. And lanes 2 and 4 out quickly, Splash and Owensboro Country Club. Again, it's still lane 2 and 4. They are out in front. Splash and Owensboro Country Club are neck and neck thus far after just about 2 stages, but coming on to make it close in lane 3, Atlantis really making it close there in the breaststroke leg. Where do you like to have your strongest swimmer in which leg? Does it just depend on what stroke they
yeah, just depends on who's the strongest and which stroke. Now, your free relay, it's different, but medley, you just pick out your best person in that particular stroke.
A real sprint to the finish there, and just nosing out, I believe, Splash in Country Club, Owensboro Country Club in lane 4 appears to have gotten the victory, and by the celebration afterwards, I would think that would be the case. A couple more results for you from the 11th event. It was the girls' 50-yard high school division freestyle. Leanne Presser from Atlantis was the winner. Lisa Kelly from Atlantis was second, and as a matter of fact, it was a clean sweep for the first 3 spots by Atlantis. Missy Wink took third place. Presser's time, 27.66 for first, bettering her trial time of yesterday. The 12th event, the boys' 50-yard high school division freestyle. The winner, Brad Morse out of Darnek, 23.21, a better time as well. Maybe conditions a little bit better today, as the times are better today than from prelims on most of these cases. Brad Morse of Darnek, the winner, and Nate Pajak, also from Darnek, comes in second. That's the 12th event. Through 12, we have the official results for you. John Sodrell, along with Linda Ford and Leslie Keller, with the 27th annual Owensboro Summer Swimming City Championships. We're up to the 20th event on the afternoon. It's the boys' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old medley relay. We just had the girls, and now the boys will do their thing. In the lane, first lane, Country Club. Second lane, Atlantis. Lane number 3, Splash. Lane number 4, Paddock. Lane number 5, Town and Country. And lane number 6, Darnek.
All right, this is 13-14 boys medley relay. Each swimmer swimming 1 lane. Take your mark.
And we're underway in the 20th event from the city swim meet. And 3 and 4 out in front so far. Lane 3, Splash, and lane 4, Paddock. And they are the early leaders in this one. We have another result for you from the 13th event. The girls' 100-yard 7 and 8-year-old medley relay, and in record time, no surprise here, this was the Deadly Medley girls, I believe. 7 and 8-year-old medley relay team, girls 100-yard, new record time for the Splash team of Amber Smith, Jacqueline Berry, Mary Jones, and Tracy Keller. They broke the old record of 121.64 and shattered, might be a better word, 118.99, bettering the old record of 121.64 over 2 seconds, almost 2 2/3 seconds faster than the old time. Second place was Atlantis. Here's the end of event number 20, and lane number 3, Splash, appears to be the winner in the boys' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old medley relay. Splash, the winner of that one. I knew that 13th event, relay for the 7 and 8-year-olds was fast, but I didn't know it was that fast.
It's really fast. Mike Carpenter is their coach, and he has designed their swim caps, and they've really had a good time this summer with all the competition, and they've really come a long way and are really a good team.
There hasn't been much competition for them this summer, though.
Does anybody even come close to them that you know of?
No, I doubt it. I haven't seen anybody that has.
These children are also hopefully a little bit more rested today than they were yesterday. The girls started at 11:30 and finished at about 6:30 last night. It was a long day for everyone involved. And
do weather conditions play any factor at all?
they take a toll. The heat takes a toll, I think, on everyone, including the coaches and timers and officials.
The boys had to be here at 7 o'clock for warm-up, so they probably were not in top condition yesterday, that early in the morning, but it is a long day, qualifications.
They had a long one yesterday. Event number 21 underway, the girls' 200-yard high school medley relay. Lane number 1, Paddock. Lane number 2, Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 3, Atlantis. Lane number 4, Darnek. And lane number 5 is Splash. And right now, out in front in lane number 4, the Darnek Club is the early leader after 2 stages into the breaststroke stage now.
You'll notice on this one also it's a 200-yard where the others have been 100, so they're going to have to do 2 lengths of the pool for each stroke.
Okay, you're right. We're not into the breaststroke phase.
Yeah, we just went into
We did 2 legs. We did 2 lengths of the pool, but that was just the first leg of the race.
Right.
Okay.
This one's going to be a tight one between Atlantis and Darnek. Again, we're in the high school age groups, and those are the 2 stronger teams.
Each length of the pool is 25 yards.
Right.
So we are going up and back. Each leg of the race is 50 yards. 2 lengths of the pool. Legs and lengths, not to be confused. We are in the 3rd leg of the race, the breaststroke. And right now, Darnek's still leading, but not by much.
Close. That's Leanne Presser from Atlantis in lane 3 pulling up on Tanya Miller from Darnek in lane 4.
I think, matter of fact, Leanne may have gotten her there at the end.
It looks like lane 4 was off the blocks first.
Lane 4 did get a better jump off the blocks.
Oh, they turned right together.
Lane 4 was out in front, but lane 3 did an earlier turn. And it's real close. Lane 3 and lane 4. Lane 3, Atlantis, lane 4, and Darnek. Who's going to get it? It looks like Atlantis will come from behind to get the victory in the girls' 200-yard high school medley relay. A very entertaining race.
It almost looked like she missed the wall on her flip turn down at the end in lane 4 from Darnek.
Yeah, if they don't get close enough to the wall, they don't get a good push-off, and that really hurts if they're too far out.
Never could do those push-offs. Maybe I'll get in after it's over and get a lesson.
The starts and turns can make the difference in the race a lot of times.
You are not supposed to jump off of the starting pad until the swimmer touches. Right. Is there somebody watching that?
They have stroke and turn judges. You'll see all the people in white. You'll have 2 turn judges on each end and 2 stroke judges on each side that watch to make sure that they're doing correct strokes and
talk about that illegal. A little bit. What are they looking for, the stroke judges?
Well, in freestyle, basically, there's not much to watch for other than on your turn you have to touch the wall with any part of your body. But on breaststroke, butterfly, and backstroke, there are a lot of technical things you have to watch for. Certain kicks, certain pulls, certain way to touch the wall. You have to have 2 hand touches, and if you touch with one in butterfly or breaststroke, then you're disqualified.
Event number 22, the boys' 200-yard high school medley relay. Lane 1 is Paddock. Lane 2 is Darnek. Lane 3 is Atlantis. Lane 4 is Splash. And lane 5, Town and Country. And they're all right in a row in this one.
I'm going to predict that Darnek sneaks in for a first on this one. They're not seeded first, but...
You heard it. Leslie the Greek comes in with her prediction. Darnek in lane 2. And right now it appears to be a good one.
Right, way out there now. The next 3 are right together.
The butterfly is going to be the key in this race.
Are there some strokes that girls are better at than boys and vice versa?
Not really. You'll just have different swimmers that'll be good at different strokes. We have some really good girls that in butterfly, which to me looks like a hard stroke, but takes a lot of strength. But it's just basically different people have different strengths.
Darnek still the team to beat at the midway point. Darnek with just about a half of a pool length lead on the rest of the pack.
We're going to need more than that, though, I think.
What's interesting to watch in summer swim is you have two that swim together in the winter against each other in the summer. That's what makes it a lot of fun.
It's a real close battle for second in lanes 3 and lanes 4 between
Vanover and Matt Shrewsbury.
Atlantis and Splash are real close in lane 3 and lane 4.
Okay, I'm not going to make any more predictions.
See, Darnek is...
I think I'm getting ready to eat my words.
Their last swimmer is not as strong as the others, so they're going to pull up, but they still look like they have a good chance.
Atlantis really coming on strong here.
That's Clay Purdom on that last leg for Atlantis. Looks like he did. Look, he touched him out.
Clay Purdom makes up a half of a pool length in the final leg of the boys' 200-yard high school medley relay to just nip Darnek at the end. Very, very impressive.
Second place, Darnek. Finished second and broke the existing record. And Atlanta.
No lead is safe.
No.
In this one, apparently.
No, you're not ever sure what the next swimmer is going to be, so you have to always go all out on every length.
The 23rd event this afternoon is the girls' 25-yard 6 and under backstroke. Back to the little ones now as we change ends of the pool, as they'll just be coming from one end. 25 yards for the 6 and unders. And this is the girls. In lane number 1, Suzanne McCardle from Town and Country. Lane number 2, Rachel Howard from Splash. Lane number 3, Helm Wright from Country Club. Lane 4, Jessica Berry from Splash. Lane 5, Terry Fentress from Town and Country. And lane 6, Ariel Bolds from Atlantis. They're getting ready to get in the water.
The main thing on the backstroke, they cannot turn over on their stomachs, and they'll be disqualified. So the little ones have to...
No rolling over.
Right,
they might have a tendency to do that.
Especially when they get in close and are looking for the wall sometimes.
That equilibrium goes away. We're chugging along here. 25 yards for the 6 and under girls. Backstroke. And Splash out in front. Lane number 2. In the lead. Lane number 4 coming up strong, though. Jessica Berry, also for Splash. And it looks like lane number 2, Rachel Howard from Splash, was the winner. Jessica was close, but she slowed down when she got to the wall, and that could cost you.
The little ones are afraid sometimes they're going to hit their heads.
Have a tendency to do that when they get close.
I know in Olympic-style swimming and that kind of thing, when I see the backstroke, they stretch their arm out and just kind of coast back into the touch pad. But you have to have a real feel for where you are. The 24th event now is the boys' 25-yard 6 and under backstroke. Lane number 2, Jacob Fiorella from Paddock. Lane number 3, Daniel Eggers from Owensboro Country Club. Lane 4, Jordan Doggett from Darnek. And lane number 5, Bobby Doggett, also from Darnek. Just 4 swimmers in this one. And 2-boy race, Daniel Eggers and Jordan Doggett in lane 3 and lane 4 respectively. Jordan Doggett taking a slim lead, though. And Jordan Doggett from Darnek is the first to touch in the boys' 25-yard 6 and under backstroke. The 25th event, the girls' 25-yard 7 and 8-year-old backstroke. Lane number 1, Megan Henninger. Is it Henninger? We'll go with Henninger.
Suppose. What it looks like.
Megan Henninger from Atlantis in lane number 1. Mary Jones from Splash in lane number 2. Tracy Keller from Splash in lane number 3. Jacqueline Berry from Splash in lane number 4. And Amber Smith from Splash, lane number 5. 4 Splash swimmers right in a row. And then lane number 6, Paddock, Whitney Bell, the representative there. The girls' 25 yards, 7 and 8-year-old backstroke. They also will be going just one length of the pool.
Backstrokers in the water, please.
The backstroke is the last event we'll have for the 6 and unders. They just do the freestyle and backstroke
Freestyle and backstroke.
for the 6 and unders.
So we've seen the last of the 6 and unders today. And after that, there's 5 age divisions, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12, 13 and 14, and high school divisions.
To give you an idea of how tough these 7 and 8-year-old girls are, yesterday there were about 65 swimmers that were trying to qualify for 6 spots today. So it's a really
65
tough
swimmers in this one event.
the one event. Tough age group this year.
Really close there at the end. Looked to be lane 3, I would say, the winner. Lane 3, Tracy Keller from Splash, leading a host of other Splash swimmers at the pad. Is there any significance to the different colors of hats that they're, what do I want to call this?
The swim cap.
The swim cap. Not a hat, it's a cap. I want to say a hat. It's a cap, swim cap. Any significance to the different colors?
Well, I think they all have their team caps, but some of them have special caps they like to wear on special occasions, so
they want their caps to be visible in the water, very recognizable.
There's no shortage of color this afternoon.
No.
The boys' 25-yard, 7 and 8-year-old backstroke. Lane 1, Chris Blanford from Atlantis. Lane 2, Travis Jones from Atlantis. Lane 3, Zach Sparks from Splash. Lane 4, Brett Russell from Splash. Paddock, Logan Johnson in Lane 5. And Mark Johnson from Atlantis in Lane 6. And it looked to be real close between Lane 3 and Lane 5. Zach Sparks in Lane 3 may have nosed out Logan Johnson in Lane 5 at the end. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more from the City Swim Meet right after this.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Owensboro Swim Cyclery and Fitness Center, 825 Frederica, Owensboro.
To Century Cable Care's Community Scholarship Program, 50 bright young high school seniors are $1,000 closer to a college education. This fund annually awards up to 50 $1,000 scholarships to high school seniors living within communities served by Century Cable. Winners are chosen on the merits of outstanding academic performance and superior community service. Century Cable extends special thanks to all who participated in this year's competition. And congratulations to the winners.
Welcome back, everybody. Cable 2 and the City Swim Meet, a natural together, and we're ready for event number 27, the girls' 50-yard, 9 and 10-year-old backstroke. It's underway, and Emily Keller in lane 1 from Splash, Beth Ludwizak. Can I get it right once?
You might have it by the end of the meet, you think? Ludwizak.
Ludwizak. I apologize to the Ludwizak family. Beth Ludwizak from Owensboro Country Club in lane number 2. Lane number 3, Christine Coy from Paddock. Lane number 4, Kelly Kern from Darnek. Lori Ludwizak from Owensboro Country Club in lane 5. And Jennifer Johnson, lane 6 from Atlantis. And we have 3 swimmers, all very close. But lane 3, Christine Coy from Paddock is out in front right now. And she appears to have won it. Christine Coy from Paddock appears to be your winner. More results are coming in. At the earliest opportunity, we will continue with the official results as we have an opportunity. But we're moving fast here, so we don't want to get behind. Event number 28, the boys 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old backstroke. Lane number 1, Jake Sparks from Splash. Lane number 2, Josh Murphy from Splash. Lane number 3, Kyle Roby from Splash. Lane number 4, Chris Arney from Atlantis. Lane number 5, Tim Brandon from Paddock. And lane number 6, David Doggett from Darnek. They're in the water. The top 3 lanes, all Splash. Then it goes Atlantis, Paddock, and Darnek.
Kyle Roby in lane 3 from Splash. Neat thing about him is he's only 9, so he'll have 1 more year to compete in this 9-10 age group.
And Leslie, I'm glad you mentioned him because he doesn't even look like he's moving. He's just gliding through the water.
Little effort, but really a lot of power on each stroke.
The other kids, are, more work involved, but he is just like
very little splash.
A submarine just going right through the water. And clearly the winner, Kyle Roby, just a 9-year-old, just wait till next year. Probably is going to be, not going to even be close next year. Kyle Roby wins the boys 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old backstroke. Kyle Roby from Splash. Event number 29, the girls 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old backstroke. In lane number 1, Sarah Howard from Splash. Lane number 2, Tammy Price from Splash. Lane number 3, Heather Woolley from Splash. Lane number 4, Lindsay Green from Paddock. Lane number 5, Lindsay Abel from Darnek. Lane number 6, Rocky Hatton from Splash. I think I have to root for lane number 6 just because of Rocky. I like the name.
Rocky's had a hard summer. She broke her arm and was out for a while, but she's really come back strong in the last few weeks.
Have to be impartial, so I won't root for anybody in particular. Girls 50-yard, 11 and 12-year-old backstroke underway, a 1/4 of the way into it. Again, 3 Splash swimmers are occupying lanes 1 through 3. And I remember talking to people from Splash, and they said that they had numerous events today where they had even 4 swimmers in.
They have 4 in this one because lane 6 is also. They have 3 right together.
3 together in lane 6.
In lane 6.
Absolutely right. And lane number 3 with Heather Woolley. Heather Woolley out in front by several strokes. Heather Woolley, the winner of the girls 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old backstroke. Event number 30, the boys 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old backstroke. Lane number 1, Ryan Montgomery from Atlantis. Lane number 2, Bill Hess from Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 3, Joseph Boswell from Splash. Lane number 4, Nathan Waninger from Paddock. Lane number 5, Kevin Kern from Darnek. And lane number 6, Joe Younger from Atlantis.
All right, gentlemen, championship heat, 11-12 boys, 50 yards.
They are ready.
2 lengths. Take your mark.
And the gun's up. And we have a delay. What was that about?
I'm not sure what they're doing. Oh, Joseph broke his goggles. And they're giving him time to fix his goggles before they start.
They're bringing in the relief goggles
right.
for lane number 3, Joseph Boswell, Splash.
He's really come along this summer, too. He's turned out to be a really good swimmer.
2 lengths backstroke.
Had a good season.
Take your mark.
A couple of swimmers without swim cap on.
Some of the kids don't like to wear them. Probably better for their times that they do, but a lot of them just choose not to.
Hey, it messes up your hair.
One interesting note on this, in lane 6 we have Joe Younger from Atlantis, and then as an alternate who finished 7th yesterday was Sam Younger, his brother. I bet that was an interesting day
Right.
for the family.
A little family feud there as to who would be in it, but there wasn't much doubt as to the time. Joe was more than a second faster, but in lane 3, fastest is Joseph Boswell. Good thing he got those goggles. Joseph Boswell from Splash, the winner in the boys 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old backstroke. Event number 31, the girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old backstroke. This will be 4 lengths of the pool now as we move up in age divisions. 13 and 14-year-old girls 100-yard backstroke. In lane number 1, Tiffany Strong from Paddock. Lane number 2, Erica Lamar from Atlantis. Lane number 3, Brooke Berry from Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 4, Katie Malone from Splash. Lane number 5, Courtney Lindo from Darnek. And Carly Cundiff in lane number 6 from Atlantis. They're taking their mark, and they're off. This is 4 lengths, so let me get some more official results in for you. The 14th event today, the boys 100-yard 7 and 8-year-old medley relay. Your winner, Splash, with Brett Russell, Andy Larson, Zach Sparks, and Tony Price. The Atlantis team was second. The 15th event, the girls 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old medley relay. Splash victorious in this one with Jennifer Price, Mia Masenik, Emily Keller, and Rachel Jones. Owensboro Country Club, the team from there, was second. Event number 16, the boys 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old medley relay. And Splash continuing to be strong, winning this one with Josh Murphy, Jake Sparks, Kyle Roby, and Andrew Mitchell, the winners. Paddock was second, the team from that club. And the 17th event, the girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old medley relay. Splash, the winning team. I'll run that down for you in a minute. We're getting near the end, though, of this backstroke event, the girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old division. Lane 3 and lane 4, but lane 4 out in front. Katie Malone from Splash. Katie Malone from Splash appears to have won the girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old backstroke. Brooke Berry from Owensboro Country Club appears to have been second. Those 4 lengths don't take very long.
No, it doesn't take very long, as fast as they swim.
And a congratulatory hug afterwards for first and second, Katie Malone and Brooke Berry in that order. Again, event number 17 now, official. The girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old medley relay. Splash, the winning team, comprising Heather Woolley, Rocky Hatton, Tammy Price, and Sarah Howard. The Atlantis team was second. Event number 18, the boys 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old medley relay. Owensboro Country Club ending Splash's streak. The winning team of Bill Hess, Jake Woodridge, John Hess, Kevin O'Brien. The Splash team in the boys 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old medley relay was second. This now, event number 32, the boys 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old backstroke. Lane number 1 is Nick Waninger from Paddock. Lane number 2, Clay Purdom from Atlantis. Lane number 3, Ryan Masenik from Splash. Lane number 4, Trent Thomas from Paddock. Lane number 5, Eric Foster from Splash. Lane number 6, John Hicks, no H, John Hicks from Splash. The midway point of the boys 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old backstroke, and neck, 3 and 4, Ryan Masenik and Trent Thomas, and maybe Ryan Masenik with a slight edge, ever so slight. Any predictions?
Oh, no, it's going to be a really close one. Their times were close in prelims, and so whoever holds on the longest here is going to get it. Looks like Ryan has pulled out away from Trento about a half a stroke.
Ryan with a half a body length over Trent Thomas, and it looks like it'll hold up, barring unforeseen circumstances. Ryan Masenik from Splash appears to have been the winner of the boys 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old backstroke. Event number 33 now as we continue to make good time here. The girls 100-yard high school age backstroke. Lane number 1, Leanne Presser from Atlantis. Lane number 2, Mandy Keller from Darnek. Lane number 3, Lisa Kelly from Atlantis. Lane number 4, Tanya Miller from Darnek. Lane number 5, Kate Hess. She does not swim for any particular club, okay? Kate Hess is unattached from any club, swimming on her own. And Missy Wink from Atlantis. I think she swapped clubs in the middle of the summer, and therefore cannot swim for any particular club.
Right.
Is that correct?
Right. And they're going by U.S. rules for this meet, and then in U.S. you can swim unattached. You don't score for any team. It's just strictly your own score, but you can do that in U.S.
And we're off underway here in this event, the girls 100-yard high school backstroke. And my goodness, 5 in a row at the turn after the first length of the pool. 25 yards and nobody can seem to take charge yet.
We have a lot of good high school swimmers, and they're equally as strong. One day one will win, one day the next. They're really good swimmers.
I'm seeing a variety of different turns being used in the backstroke. I guess the backstroke turn is a little bit tricky, a little bit different.
The newest backstroke turn is where they can turn over on their stomach, right? When they're making their turn. Most of them will do that now. Some still don't. But that's a faster turn that's been developed.
They can roll over and make their turn and then come back up on their back.
That's the only time they can be on their stomach and during the backstroke is if it's in their turn.
Lane number 2 out in front, Mandy Keller of Darnek. She did not have the best time, but she does have the victory. She had the 3rd best time, Mandy Keller of Darnek, but she has the best time when it counts here in the finals. Event number 34, the boys 100-yard high school backstroke. Lane number 1, Gilmore Chung of Splash. Lane number 2, Kevin Hatton of Splash. Lane number 3, Nate Pajak of Splash. Lane number 4, Brad Morse of Darnek. Did I say Nate Pajak of Splash?
You sure did.
Excuse me.
Darnek's not going to like
Nate
that.
Pajak of Darnek. I caught myself anyway. Nate Pajak in lane number 3 swims for Darnek. My apologies. Lane number 4, Brad Morse of Darnek. Lane number 5, Jeremiah Johnson of Atlantis. Lane number 6, Robbie Lyons of Town and Country. Underway here, the boys 100-yard high school backstroke. John Sodrell, along with Linda Ford and Leslie Keller from the 27th annual Owensboro Summer Swimming City Championships on Cable 2.
On this backstroke turn is one thing that they can be disqualified for, too, because if they turn and float or kick or any movement other than just their turn, it has to all be one motion, they could be disqualified. So that's something the stroke and turn judges will really be watching for.
Lane number 3, out in front, Nate Pajak, and I'm glad I did get it right. He is our leader, also of Darnek in second. Darnek, very strong here in this event. Nate Pajak and Brad Morse are 1 and 2 in the matching caps, as you can see. Coming up to be third in the second lane is Kevin Hatton of Splash, and that looks like that's the way it will finish. Nate Pajak, the winner of the boys 100-yard high school backstroke swimming for the Darnek Club, the host team, getting the win. Event number 35 now is the girls 25-yard 8 and under breaststroke. So we have now completed the backstroke phase, and we are up to the breaststroke. This is the 8 and under age division going 25 yards. So we will start at the other end of the pool once again. Lane number 1, Whitney Bell from Paddock. Lane number 2, Mary Jones from Splash. Lane number 3, Jacqueline Berry from Splash. Lane number 4, Tracy Keller from Splash. Lane number 5, Mary Fentress from Town and Country. Elizabeth Lovett from Splash is in lane number 6.
You see a lot of the same names over and over. The Joneses have several swimmers, and Kellers has 2 swimmers, and the Hattons, but a lot of families involved in swimming this summer.
It's a family affair.
Right.
Swimming is a family affair.
Country Club 33.
My grandfather used to have a swimming pool. However, it wasn't competitive, it was just a backyard swimming pool. So if you couldn't swim from, 10 yards from one end to the other, then I was out of luck.
I think they're announcing the team scores right now, and hopefully they'll get those to us real soon to announce.
Darnek 101, Paddock 104, Atlantis 149, Splash 216.
So Splash, Atlantis, and Paddock are the top 3 in that order. Splash with about a 60 to 70 point lead through 34 events, just about the midway point, I think. If I saw there was around 70 plus events. Well, wait a minute. Excuse me, we go into the upper 80s for events that I can see.
86 events.
86 events, so we're 34 of 86 events down, and Splash out in front of Atlantis and Paddock in that order. Splash with a fairly comfortable lead at this point, but still plenty of events to come. This again, the girls 25-yard 8 and under breaststroke, and lane 3. Jacqueline Berry of Splash looked to have touched first. Lane 3, Jacqueline Berry, maintaining, again, very few upsets on the day. Would you expect there to be a lot of upsets, or do things usually go the way qualifications go?
Pretty much the way qualifications go. Sometimes first and second can change, but basically not a lot of upsets.
25-yard breaststroke.
Okay, we have through the 23rd event, anyway, we have the totals. We gave you the totals. The totals that we gave you were not through the 34th event. We were into the 35th event, but the totals we just gave you were through event number 23. This is event number 36, the boys 25-yard 8 and under breaststroke. Lane 1 has Travis Jones. Lane 2, Chris Blanford. Lane 3, Zach Sparks. Lane 4, Logan Johnson. Lane 5, John Carroll. And lane 6, Taylor Smith. And lane 3, Zach Sparks of Splash looks to be the winner as he follows behind the girls' 25-yard 8 and under breaststroke, also from Splash. Jacqueline Berry of Splash and Zach Sparks of Splash appear to be the winners in the 25-yard 8 and under breaststroke. Up to the 37th event now. This is the girls' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old breaststroke. The girls' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old breaststroke. Lane 1, Lori Ludwizak from Owensboro Country Club. Lacey Hamlet from Atlantis in lane number 2. Rachel Jones from Splash in lane number 3. Lane number 4, Mia Masenik from Splash. Lane number 5, Bed Ludwizak from Owensboro Country Club. And Kelly Kern from Darnek is in lane number 6. And we're into the water for event number 37, the girls' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old breaststroke. Again, the little ones just going 25 yards, and we increased to 50 yards for 9 and 10-year-olds, and also for 11 and 12-year-olds, and then the 13 and 14 in the high school age go 100 yards. Halfway through, 50 yards, and
close.
Too close to call here.
Really close on this one. Looks like
Lane 5.
lane 1 and lane 5. Well, it looks like lane 5 now is out.
Lane 5 with about a body length. Beth Ludwizak from Owensboro Country Club.
Looks like lane 1 and over there, too, is going to sneak in for a second, maybe.
Lane 5 and lane 1, a mild upset. I say mild because 44 seconds. They were all in the 44 range. The middle 4 lanes were all in the 44 range, so you really couldn't call that much of an upset. Event number 38, the boys' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old breaststroke, rather. This is breaststroke, 50-yard for 9 and 10-year-old boys. Lane 1, Matt Hassler from Atlantis. Lane 2, Jake Sparks from Splash. Lane 3, Kyle Roby from Splash. Lane 4, Chris Harney from Atlantis. Lane 5, Josh Murphy from Splash. And lane 6, Tim Brandon from Paddock.
All breaststrokers to be observed. The course are on deck.
There's a short delay. While we have a delay, we'll take this break. We'll be back with more from the city swim meet right after this.
In just 6 days, your backyard could look like this. Home Pool doesn't just put in the pool. They make it look right in your yard with complete landscaping consultation. They're not a part-time company. Home Pools work year-round on decks, patios, and, of course, pools. And with 19 years of experience, you'll be quite satisfied with the job done for years after the one-year guarantee. Estimates are free. It's the first step toward fulfilling your backyard dreams and filling your own pool with water. Call or visit Jim Pfister, the pool man, at Home Pool, 1200 Burlew Boulevard.
The area's #1 spot for kids stuff? This is it, Kid Stop, in Town Square North. One stop for kids' shoes, including Strider Rite, Baby Bot, and Toddler University, fitted by certified shoe specialists. One stop for familiar and favorite brands and back-to-school clothes like Nautica, Esprit, Boston Traders, and Zoodles. One stop for super savings, too, with 50% off all remaining summer clothing. Infant to preteen, take the one-stop shopping route for your guys and gals. Kid Stop in Town Square North.
Owensboro Swin Cyclery and Fitness Center, 825 Frederica, Owensboro.
And we're back now to the city swim meet on cable channel 2, tape delayed. Of course, this all took place yesterday. Well, actually, I should say on Tuesday afternoon. We're showing it to you tape delayed, and we're ready for the boys' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old breaststroke. They are underway in this one. This is the 38th event out of 86, so still not yet to the halfway point. Plenty more of activity for you here tonight. We are at about the midway point of this particular race, however, and at that point, it's real close, but lane 3 with Kyle Roby out there in front. Kyle Roby, isn't he only 9? He won the 9 backstroke, right?
Right. He won. He's
the
really
one that is so
strong
silky
swimmer.
smooth in the water.
Right.
However,
like
he's getting...
He's getting challenged here.
Chris Harney's pulling out ahead of him.
And Chris Harney comes through on the second leg of the 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old breaststroke and gets the victory. Chris Harney swing for the Atlantis Club. The 39th event now is the girls' 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old breaststroke. Jamie Ruth in lane 1 from Atlantis, Lindsey Green from Paddock in lane 2, lane 3 Rocky Hatton from Splash, lane 4 Angela Janiak from Atlantis, lane 5 is Sarah Howard from Splash, and lane 6 Emily Abelar from Paddock is in the last lane. Girls 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old breaststroke. 2 lengths of the pool. Gun is up, and they're in. Very quickly through the first half.
Looks as if Angela Janiak's out in the front. This is Angela's first year to swim for Summer Club Swimming, so I'd say she's off to a good start for her first year.
We have a rookie in the water, Angela Janiak for Atlantis, and she looks good, but coming on in lane number 3, Rocky Hatton from Splash. Rocky Hatton may have it. It's going to be awfully close, and I believe Rocky Hatton in lane 3 will wait for the official results, but if, is that the way you saw it?
It looked like she touched before lane 4. Just really a close race.
First year swim, well, there was only 14 hundredths of a second between the two in the prelims, and probably about something like that here in the finals. Event number 40, the boys 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old breaststroke. Lane number 1, Joe Younger from Atlantis. Lane number 2, Jake Woodridge from Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 3, Joseph Boswell from Splash. Lane number 4, Kevin Kern from Darnek. Lane number 5, Bill Hess from Owensboro Country Club. And lane number 6, Ryan Montgomery from Atlantis. We're underway. How much good does it do the coaches along the side yelling at the kids?
I'm not sure the kids ever hear.
I know hear that?
When I'm coaching, I scream, but I don't think they ever hear me.
Makes you feel good.
You're right. Does more for the coach than it does the swimmer.
Releases some tension, doesn't it?
At least it's better than sitting back and not showing any interest, I guess. Lane number 3, Joseph Boswell out in front by a country mile. Splash will get the win in this one from Joseph Boswell in the 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old breaststroke.
I'd say he has a chance maybe at the record. I'm not sure.
So far, one record broken that we know of. Actually, there's going to be 2. We haven't been able to get to some of the other results. When we get a chance, we will in some of these longer events. We'll run down some more results. We will have another record coming your way here shortly. It's already taken place. We'll read it for you here in a minute. Okay, up to event number 41, the girls' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old breaststroke. Lane number 1, Tiffany Strong from Paddock. Lane number 2, Brooke Berry from Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 3, Erica Lamar from Atlantis. Lane number 4, Mackenzie Helm from Atlantis. Lane number 5, Amy Zerner from Atlantis. 3 Atlantis swimmers in a row. And lane number 6, Maggie Jones from Splash. Through 23 events, for the girls, it was Splash out in front, Atlantis in second, and Owensboro Country Club in third. Darnek, Paddock, and Town and Country round out the top 6 through 23 events for the girls. For the boys, Splash and Atlantis 1-2, just like the girls, but then Paddock in third, Darnek in fourth, Country Club in fifth, and Town and Country in sixth. That for the boys through 23 events. Combined, as we told you, Splash in first through with 216 points through 23 events. Splash had a 216-point total. Atlantis with 149 in second. Paddock third with 104. Fourth, Darnek. Fifth, Country Club. And sixth, Town and Country. Those are the combined totals through 23 events.
Looks like we're having a discussion with the stroke judge over here and the coaches. I don't know if somebody got disqualified from that race or not.
We had some discussion of that one. It looks like things have been squared away now. So we're ready for the girls' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old breaststroke. They're on their mark and they're in. Any predictions? I kind of like it when you guys make those predictions. Go out on a limb.
I think Erica probably will. I talked to her before the meet, and she's going for that record. So she's really worked hard this summer and went to swim camp at IU and has really cut off a lot of time in her breaststroke. That's her stroke.
The record 115.77. She did a 117.28.
Yeah, she'd have to cut off a lot, but
about a second and a half. She'd need to
it looks like to me lane one is out there right now. The thing about Erica is she's really strong in the last 50. She doesn't die after the first 50. We'll see.
And Tiffany Strong, again, we're going 100 yards here, so we're going to go 4 lengths. Tiffany Strong had the lead by just an inch or two at the midway point, but here comes Erica Lamar from Atlantis.
I think Leslie and I need to quit making predictions.
She is picking up some time here in the latter stage of this race, however.
They're right together on the turn. This is going to be a really good race, right down to the end.
Do you pace yourself in swimming like you do in running, or that can be the case as well? Erica Lamar coming on strong.
Yeah, this is Erica's strength right here at the end.
Tiffany Strong in jeopardy of being caught by Brooke Berry also in lane 2. But Erica Lamar in lane number 3 will get the victory. Erica Lamar from Atlantis. With that, we'll take another break here from Darnek Swim Club. We'll be back right after this.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Give them any color they want, as long as it's black. Hi, I'm Dennis Wilson with the Insurance Center. That quote was from Henry Ford, and that same philosophy seems to hold true today with Allstate, State Farm, and other companies like them. They try to tailor your needs to their policies. We do it differently. At the Insurance Center, we tailor our policies to your needs. Tailor-made protection and security for the businesses and families in Owensboro and Davis County since 1969.
Event number 42, the boys 100-yard, 13 and 14-year-old breaststroke in lane 1, Matt Walker from Town and Country. Lane 2, Ryan Masinik from Splash. Lane 3, Trent Thomas from Paddock. Lane 4, Eric Foster from Splash. Lane 5, Clay Purdom from Atlantis. Lane 6, John Hayden from Splash. 1 of 4 lengths in the record books now in this one. And lane 3, again, the lane to beat. Trent Thomas from Paddock is out in front. He had a second and a half over his nearest competitor in the qualifications, but his nearest competitor in lane 4 is making it close, Eric Foster from Splash. Again, though, this will be one that will be decided towards the end of the race.
A lot of times, some of the swimmers are good in sprints in the 50s, and then others are better long-distance swimmers, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes on the first 50.
The main thing is you don't want to put yourself too far behind, but you can pick up plenty in the latter stages. Last length of the boys 100-yard, 13 and 14-year-old breaststroke, and Trent Thomas out in front from Paddock in lane number 3. Eric Foster, lane number 4, Splash, won't have enough to get him. He'll settle for a second in this one, but Trent Thomas, the winner from Paddock in lane number 3. Event number 43, the girls 100-yard high school division breaststroke. Lane number 1, Missy Wink from Atlantis. Lane number 2, Sarah Jones from Splash. Lane number 3, Lisa Kelly from Atlantis. Lane number 4, Tanya Miller from Darnek. Lane number 5, Leanne Presser from Atlantis. And lane number 6, Lee Bowen from Darnek. We will try to get in some results for you from earlier events during this 4-length 100-yard breaststroke event. As soon as they're in the water, we'll run down some of the events. This, the high school division again, 4 girls going 100 yards breaststroke. Swimmers are on their mark, guns in the air, they're in. And getting a better start was lane number 4, but coming out of the water early was lane number 3, Lisa Kelly from Atlantis, and that looked to be to her advantage. Now, in event number 19, the girls' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old medley relay, Owensboro Country Club, the winning team, comprising Brooke Berry, Jane Hess, Ashley Reynolds, Kristen Heck. Atlantis was in second. Event number 20, the boys' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old medley relay, Splash won it with Ryan Masenik, John Hicks, Eric Foster, and John Hayden. Paddock took second. Event number 21, the girls' 200-yard high school medley relay, Atlantis in record time, winning this one. The old record of 2:06.94 falls. The new record now, 2:06.07, 87 hundredths of a second better. Atlantis winning it with Maggie Craig, Erica Lamar, Leanne Presser, Lisa Kelly, and Darnek took second. Event number 22, the boys' 200-yard high school medley relay. The winning team, Atlantis, of Jeremiah Johnson, Jason Tapp, Josh Vanover, Clay Purdom. In second, Darnek. We're almost to the end now, a half length of the pool away from the end, and out in front, Lisa Kelly from Atlantis in the girls' 100-yard high school breaststroke. Lisa Kelly from Atlantis will get the win. Second place going to Tanya Miller of Darnek. Event number 44, the boys' 100-yard high school breaststroke. Lane number 1, Josh Vanover from Atlantis. Lane number 2, Gilmore Chung from Splash. Lane number 3, Brad Morse of Darnek. Lane number 4, Nate Pajak from Darnek. Lane number 5, Chad Masenik from Darnek. Lane number 6, Jason Tapp of Atlantis. And in the preliminaries, Brad Morse of Darnek had a record. Of course, it's not official until the actual finals, but we might have a record in the making here. Brad Morse of Darnek shooting to break 1:05.18, and he was more than a second better than that in the preliminaries.
I'd say that record's
Brad's a really good
fall.
swimmer. Josh Vanover in lane 1. This is his first summer to swim also, and he has really come a long way. He's been swimming in high school for only 2 years, and it's the first time he's swam summer at all.
Brad Morse, a very big kid out there,
Yes, he is a big kid.
Very strong.
I think this is his last summer to swim. He graduated
yes,
this
he
year.
graduated.
They can swim the summer after they graduate. Same thing with Nate.
Brad Morse, there was no doubt he was going to win, really. It was just a matter of whether he's going to get a record in this one. And at the halfway point, Brad Morse out in front by a long shot. He had 6 seconds over the second place person yesterday. Brad Morse shooting for a summer championship record here. And one half of the pool away. It's a battle for second between Gilmore Chung and Nate Pajak, lanes 2 and 4 respectively from Splash and Darnek, but Darnek gets the win from Brad Morse in lane number 3. It's just a matter of whether he did get the record or not. Can't really tell from the reaction on the sideline.
Takes a few seconds to get the results, and it doesn't appear that he's gotten the record. They haven't gotten the results yet.
Event number 45, the girls' 25-yard 8 and under butterfly. So we're now into the butterfly portion of the swim meet. The girls' 25-yard 8 and under butterfly, starting from the other end of the pool. Lane 1, Brittany Hawker. Lane 2, Brittany Hawker from Owensboro Country Club. Lane 2, Amber Smith from Splash. Lane 3, Tracy Keller from Splash. Lane 4, Mary Jones from Splash. Lane 5, Jacqueline Berry from Splash. 4 Splash swimmers again in this one. Sarah Zerner from Atlantis rounds out the field in lane 6. And we're getting ready again for the girls' 25-yard 8 and under butterfly. This one won't last long.
No, doesn't take long to do 25 yards.
And we're in. And the butterfly is a pretty fast stroke, too.
Takes a lot of strength.
And lane 4 and lane 3. Lane 4 looking over to see where she was. Lane 4, Mary Jones from Splash. Mary Jones from Splash gets the win, and very excited about it afterwards, too. Can't tell exactly how she felt about that one, could you?
Not exactly. I believe she was a little bit excited.
Look to be excited about that victory. Mary Jones from Splash with the victory. Event number 46, the boys 25-yard, 8 and under butterfly. Andrew Still from Atlantis in lane 1. Lane 2, Chris Blanford from Atlantis. Lane 3, Zach Sparks from Splash. Lane 4, Logan Johnson from Paddock. Lane 5, John Carroll from Darnek. Lane 6, Travis Jones from Atlantis. The boys 25-yard, 8 and under butterfly.
These little ones really do a good job on the butterfly. That it's not a real easy stroke, and they look like they're doing a real good job with it.
Typically a very difficult stroke to teach as well. It's usually the last stroke that the swimmers will learn.
A lot of body contortion involved.
And Zach is not taking a breath about every 4 strokes, so that's really making a difference in his time, too.
Zach Sparks keeping his face in the water, and it pays off. Zach Sparks from Splash appears to be the winner in the boys 25-yard, 8 and under butterfly, the 46th event of 86.
I saw a hand go up on one of the officials. It looks like we may have a disqualification in this race, too.
Okay, there could be a change in the finish in this one. We'll have to wait till we get the official results for you, but this one could be in jeopardy. We'll have to find out later. Event number 47, the girls 50-yard, 9 and 10-year-old butterfly. Lane number 1, Natalie Lindo from Darnek. Lori Ludwizak from Country Club in lane 2. Lane 3, Kelly Kern from Darnek. Lane 4, Beth Ludwizak from Owensboro Country Club. Lane 5, Jennifer Price from Splash. Lane 6, Jennifer Johnson from Atlantis. They're going 50 yards this time as we go left to right to left, here after going left to right with the little ones. Lane 3 out in front, that's Kelly Kern of Darnek. Lane 1 looking pretty strong as well. And lane 4 coming on strong. Lane 1, 2, and 4 are all in a row. Lane 3 with the lead with Kelly Kern from Darnek. And look how close there, Beth Ludwizak from Owensboro Country Club in lane 4 made it close there at the end, but not quite close enough. Kelly Kern appears to have won the girls 50-yard, 9 and 10-year-old butterfly. Event number 48 rather, that was the 47th event. The 48th event, the boys 50-yard, 9 and 10 butterfly. Lane 1, Josh Murphy from Splash. Lane 2, Tim Brandon from Paddock. Lane 3, Kyle Roby from Splash. Lane 4, Chris Harney from Atlantis. Lane 5, Jake Sparks from Splash. Lane 6, David Doggett from Darnek.
We have Kyle Roby again on this one. He should win it by quite a bit, too, looking at the times from yesterday.
Does he do it all? Kyle Roby, what's his best stroke?
I'm not sure.
I'm not real sure either.
He does so well in all of them, it's hard to say.
It's hard to differentiate. And speaking of doing well, Kyle Roby in command of this one for Splash and the boys 50-yard, 9 and 10 butterfly. Lane 3, Kyle Roby.
Kyle's looking.
Very
looking
nice
around.
stroke.
He's looking around, and there won't be anything for him to see because unless he can turn his head all the way around. Kyle Roby out in front by 3 body lengths. Second place, Chris Harney from Atlantis. Event number 49, the girls 50-yard, 11 and 12-year-old butterfly. Lane 1, Lindsay Abel from Darnek. Lane 2, Heather Woolley from Splash. Lane 3, Lindsay Green from Paddock. Lane 4, Tammy Price from Splash. Lane 5, Rocky Hatton from Splash. Lane 6, Jessica Poole from Paddock.
I think we may have had a disqualification in this race we just finished. I think the stroke judge is trying to get the swimmer's attention.
Again, some question as to what is the final result in this one. And when we have the official results, we'll be sure to pass them on to you. I have some here right now, and I'll get to them as soon as possible, but we do not want to miss any of the action to get the results in. When we get into the 100-yard events, I'll get in as many results as I can. Again, this is the girls 50-yard, 11 and 12-year-old butterfly. There's a little bit of a delay, so let me tell you, in event number 23, the girls 25-yard, 6 and under backstroke, our winner, Rachel Howard from Splash, Second went to Jessica Berry, also of Splash. Event number 24 was the boys' 25-yard 6 and under backstroke. Jordan Doggett was the winner from Darnek. Daniel Eggers from Owensboro Country Club was second. We're underway here in event number 49, the girls' 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old butterfly. And this one is close all the way down the line. Touching first, lane 3, though, Lindsey Green, trying to make a bid here in the second length to pull away. She's being challenged, though, by lane number 4. Lane number 4 with Tammy Price. And it looks like lane number 3, Lindsey Green, appears to have won on for, held on rather, for Paddock to get the win.
Ladies and gentlemen on the block, please.
Event number 50, the boys' 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old butterfly. Lane 1, Kevin Kern of Darnek. Lane 2, Ryan Montgomery of Atlantis. Lane 3, Joseph Boswell of Splash. Lane 4, John Hess of Owensboro Country Club. Lane 5, Nathan Waninger of Paddock. And lane 6, Bill Hess of Owensboro Country Club.
Joseph Boswell again, first seed in there for this event.
And this is his first year? Was that what you were
saying?
No,
not his, but he's really come along this summer.
He's been quite an improvement from last year. As a matter of fact, holding down the first spot here after the preliminary round. And holding down the first spot through halfway of this event. And he's really, really moving. He's getting his body into it a lot. Do you want to get your body into it a lot, or do you want to glide more? What would you say?
Well, just you need your rhythm, and
rhythm is really a key factor in this. You got to have a lot of hip movement.
Well, whatever it is, it worked. Joseph Boswell from Splash is the winner, and in fine fashion as well. Joseph Boswell gets the win in the boys' 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old butterfly. We'll be back with event number 51 right after this.
If you're traveling on South Frederica, check out the new kid on the block, Bowen Tire. The location is new, but the name has been around for 40 years. This new location is just another example of Bowen Tire's commitment to serving the tri-state area. Our intention is to serve you as quickly, conveniently, and professionally as possible. So if your car's broken, bring it by 2600 Frederica, and we'll put it back together for you. Bowen Tire, a different kind of tire store.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Mike!
Event number 51, the girls' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old butterfly here at the city swim meet as we return. Lane 1, Amy Smith from Splash. Lane 2, Ashley Reynolds from Owensboro Country Club. Lane 3, Brooke Berry from Owensboro Country Club. Lane 4, Katie Malone from Splash. Lane 5, Jane Hess from Owensboro Country Club. Lane 6, Erica Lamar from Atlantis as we go 4 lengths of the pool in this one. And right now, 4 swimmers, lanes 1 through 4 out in front, with lane 3 and 4 out in front of them. Let me run down a few more results for you. Event number 25, the girls' 25-yard 7 and 8-year-old backstroke. The winner, Tracy Keller of Splash, and Mary Jones of Splash second. As a matter of fact, Splash taking the first 4 places in the girls' 25-yard 7 and 8-year-old backstroke. Event number 26, the boys' 25-yard 7 and 8-year-old backstroke. The winner, Zach Sparks of Splash. Second, Logan Johnson of Paddock. Event number 27, the girls' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old backstroke. Christine Coy of Paddock won it. Kelly Kern of Darnek was second. And event number 28, the boys' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old backstroke. Kyle Roby of Splash was the winner. Josh Murphy of Splash was second. Here in this event, the girls' 100-yard 13 and 14 butterfly. It's close, but I think it goes lane 3, then lane 4, Brooke Berry and Katie Malone, first and second from Owensboro Country Club and Splash, respectively.
It's nice to see the camaraderie among the kids out there from the different clubs. I notice they're giving each other congratulatory hugs and well wishes.
Ladies and gentlemen on the block, please.
No bad feelings from the competitors so far that I've...
No, a lot of them swim together in the winter and then against each other in the summer, and they really are pulling for each other.
A lot of friendly competition, no doubt, in this one.
Whoa.
And we're getting plenty wet over here as we bring you the city swim meet with this butterfly. Definitely a lot of water churning around. Event number 52, the boys 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old butterfly. Lane 1, Nick Waninger from Paddock. Lane 2, Trent Thomas from Paddock. Lane 3, Ryan Masinek from Splash. Lane 4, Clay Purdom from Atlantis. Lane 5, Eric Foster from Splash. And Lane 6, John Hayden from Splash. Get ready, girls. Here we go.
I think John Hayden's wanting us to say his name or something because he's the one that's trying to get us so wet.
John Hayden from Splash in lane 6. And,
sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Oh, you sure do.
Works for you. Can't worry about the announcing crew, that's for sure, on the sideline.
John's mother just happens to be the owner of Splash, so he has a big pool to swim in anytime he chooses to.
Out in front here, lane number 3, Ryan Masinek from Splash. I think doesn't he swim for the YMCA race?
Yes, he does.
Well?
Yeah, he has excellent times in the U.S. swimming also.
Matter of fact, he had an 8-second lead in the preliminaries over his nearest competitor, and Ryan Masinek comes up easily to be the winner from Splash in the boys 100-yard 13-14-year-old butterfly. We'll take a break here from the city swim meet on Cable 2 and be back right after this.
The area's #1 spot for kids stuff? This is it. Kids Stop in Town Square North. One stop for kids' shoes, including Strider Rite, Baby Bot, and Toddler University, fitted by certified shoe specialists. One stop for familiar and favorite brands and back-to-school clothes like Nautica, Esprit, Boston Traders, and Zoodles. One stop for super savings, too, with 50% off all remaining summer clothing. Infant to preteen. Take the one-stop shopping route for your guys and gals. Kids Stop in Town Square North.
Owensboro Swin Cyclery and Fitness Center, 825 Frederica, Owensboro.
Bowen Tire. We're a different kind of tire store. Since 1950, you've trusted Bowen for auto tires, truck tires, and commercial tires. You've counted on Bowen for the parts and services you've needed to keep your car going. And we've done it all at reasonable prices. Bowen Tire. We really are a different kind of tire store.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Due to the length of yesterday's city swim meet, we will only be able to show you the first... Back to the city swim meet on Cable 2. John Sodrell, Linda Ford, and Leslie Keller along with you. Event number 53 underway, the girls 100-yard high school butterfly. Tanya Miller is in lane 1 from Darnek. Lane 2, Leanne Presser from Atlantis. Lane 3, Lisa Kelly from Atlantis. Lane 4, Sarah Laux from Owensboro Country Club. Kate Hess swimming on her own in lane 5. And lane 6, Julie Worth of Town and Country. Halfway through this one, and lane 3 is your leader. Let me run down a couple of quick results and get caught up on that a little bit. Event number 29, the girls 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old backstroke. The winner, Heather Woolley of Splash. Lindsey Green of Paddock was second. Event number 30, the boys 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old backstroke. Joseph Boswell from Splash, the winner. Nathan Waninger from Paddock was second. In the girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old backstroke, a record time for you. I'll tell you about that in a second as we wind down here in the girls 100-yard high school butterfly. It's close between Lisa Kelly and Sarah Laux, but Lisa Kelly in lane 3 from Atlantis will get the win. Owensboro Country Club, represented by Sarah Laux in lane 4, in second of the girls' 100-yard high school butterfly. Event number 54, the boys' 100-yard high school butterfly. Lane number 1, Matt Shrewsbury of Splash. Lane number 2, Gilmore Chung of Splash. Lane number 3, Brad Morse of Darnek. Lane number 4, Nate Pajak of Darnek. Lane number 5, Josh Vanover of Atlantis. Lane number 6, Kevin Patton of Splash. Okay, the 31st event, as I alluded to just a minute ago, the girls' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old age division backstroke. Record time for Katie Malone. The old record, 109.82. Katie Malone goes the 100 yards in 108.32, exactly 1.5 seconds better than the old record. Katie Malone swimming for Splash. Second was Brooke Berry. Event number 32, the boys' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old backstroke. Ryan Masinik from Splash, the winner. In second, Trent Thomas of Paddock. Event number 33, the girls' 100-yard high school backstroke. Mandy Keller of Darnek won it, and Lisa Kelly of Atlantis took second. Event number 34, the boys' 100-yard high school backstroke. And Nate Pajak of Darnek was the winner, and his teammate Brad Morse took second. Event number 35, the girls' 25-yard 8 and under breaststroke. We'll get, well, we've through the backstroke. I'll get to some breaststroke results momentarily.
Again, we see Brad Morse and Nate Pajak, two high schoolers out in front.
Brad Morse, Nate Pajak, as Leslie just said, are out in front. They look to be the two to beat through 3 of the 4 legs of this one. Brad Morse now putting some distance between Nate Pajak. Brad Morse of Darnek, a very physical, strong individual. He's got a lot of bulk on his fellow competitors, and Brad Morse will get the win from Darnek, appears to get the win. He swam it in a sub-1 minute time in the preliminaries. Nobody else could say that, but the record was, he was still 5 seconds shy of the record in the preliminaries, so somebody was really burning it up a few years back in 1988.
Jay Eckleberry, who's one of the coaches for Atlantis, so he's still around and holds that record.
That might stand for quite some time.
I would think it would. That's an excellent time. Be hard to beat that one.
Jay swam in college, and that's his stroke is the butterfly.
Now to the girls' 50-yard 8 and under freestyle. Event number 55. Lane number 1, Mary Fentress from Town and Country. Lane number 2, Mary Jones of Splash. Lane number 3, Tracy Keller of Splash. Tracy Keller, does that have any significance?
No relation.
Amber Smith in lane number 4 from Splash. Lane number 5, Jacqueline Berry of Splash. Lane number 6, Brittany Hawker of Owensboro Country Club. And Tracy Keller, no relation, from Splash, out in front in lane number 3.
She's one of the deadly medley.
One of the deadly medley girls?
There's a no passing zone hat on now. They've designed a bunch of different caps that they wear for different events, I think.
She's burning it up and will get the win. Tracy Keller from Splash, lane number 3. Mary Jones, a nice race for Splash in lane number 2, appears to have come in second. The 56th event, the boys' 50-yard 8 and under freestyle. In lane number 1, Travis Jones of Atlantis. Lane number 2, Brett Russell of Splash. Lane number 3, Zach Sparks of Splash. Lane number 4, Logan Johnson of Paddock. Lane number 5, John Carroll of Darnek. Lane number 6, Andrew Still of Atlantis. Some more results for you. Now, in event number 35, the girls' 25-yard 8 and under breaststroke. Jacqueline Berry of Splash, the winner. Mary Fentress of Town and Country took second. In the boys' 25-yard 8 and under breaststroke, Zach Sparks from Splash won it. Logan Johnson of Paddock was second. The 37th event, the girls' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old breaststroke. Beth Ludwizak of Owensboro Country Club was first. Mia Masinik of Splash was second. In the 38th event, the boys' 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old breaststroke. Chris Harney of Atlantis was first. Kyle Roby of Splash took second. Here we are halfway through the girls' 8 and under, excuse me, this is not the girls.
On the boys now.
This is the boys' 50-yard 8 and under freestyle. And coming to the end of it, Zach Sparks out in front for Splash. Zach Sparks in command here in the boys 50-yard 8 and under freestyle, and will get the win. Pretty good battle for second between lanes 4 and lane 6. And it looks like lane 6, I think Andrew Still of Atlantis, I think, got the win.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up with you.
Event number 57, the girls 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle. Lane 1, Natalie Lindo of Darnek. Lane 2, Mia Masenik of Splash. Lane 3, Kelly Kern of Darnek. Lane 4, Rachel Jones of Splash. Lane 5, Emily Keller of Splash. Lane 6, Lori Ludwizak of Owensboro Country Club. More results for you now as we try to get caught up. Event number 39, the girls 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old breaststroke. I believe, yes, the 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old breaststroke, event number 39. The results: Rocky Hatton of Splash, the winner. Lindsey Green of Paddock was second. Event number 40, the boys 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old breaststroke. Joseph Boswell from Splash was the winner. Jake Woodridge from Owensboro Country Club took second. Event number 41, the girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old breaststroke. Erica Lamar of Atlantis was the winner. Mackenzie Helm of Atlantis took second. Here in the girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle, lane 3, Lindsey Green from Paddock will, well, wait a minute, we're going 100 yards. My mistake. We're going 100 yards in this one. 4 lengths of the pool. Huh?
That's Kelly Kern from Darnek.
Kelly Kern in lane 3.
Kelly Kern, okay. This is the girls 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle. Okay. Kelly Kern from Darnek out in front. My apologies to Kelly Kern, who's swimming a very nice race. And Kelly Kern, now, I will say, does appear to get the win. As previously mentioned, Kelly Kern will win that, and Rachel Jones of Splash will get second in the girls 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle. Event number 58, the boys 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle. And lane 1, Jake Sparks of Splash. Lane 2, Josh Murphy of Splash. Lane 3, Kyle Roby of Splash. Lane 4, Chris Harney of Atlantis. Lane 5, David Doggett of Darnek. Lane 6, Tim Brandon of Paddock.
Boys championship heat, 100 yards of freestyle, 4 lengths. Take your mark.
Swimmers are in the water, underway in the boys 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle. Very nice start by, who else? Kyle Roby, looking to take home all the bacon this afternoon. How often do you have a clean sweep? Do swimmers get in all events and win everything they enter? Is that a fairly regular occurrence or not?
Oh, no, not a real regular occurrence, but you do have 1 or 2 swimmers each year, it seems like, that are just real powerhouses. And
every now and then there's just one that seems to be head and shoulders above the rest. I know Jamie Mueller was quite the dominant swimmer in her day.
Right.
Kyle Roby through 3 lengths of the 4 in the boys 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle, and he is getting a little bit of a challenge now by Chris Harney of Atlantis in lane number 4. But Kyle Roby with a very good turn for the final leg of this 4-leg 100-yard event.
This is a fairly long event for this age. The 100 is long for this age swimmer. 9 and 10-year-olds going 4 lengths. Right.
Quite a demanding race, but Kyle Roby up to the task, getting the victory for the Splash team in the 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle.
In just 6 days, your backyard could look like this. Home Pool doesn't just put in the pool. They make it look right in your yard with complete landscaping consultation. They're not a part-time company. Home Pools work year-round on decks, patios, and, of course, pools. And with 19 years of experience, you'll be quite satisfied with the job done for years after the 1-year guarantee. Estimates are free. It's the first step toward fulfilling your backyard dreams and filling your own pool with water. Call or visit Jim Pfister, the pool man, at Home Pool, 1200 Burlew Boulevard.
The area area's #1 spot for kids stuff? This is it, Kid Stop, in Town Square North. One stop for kids' shoes, including Strider Right, Baby Bot, and Toddler University, fitted by certified shoe specialists. One stop for familiar and favorite brands and back-to-school clothes like Nautica, Esprit, Boston Traders, and Zoodles. One stop for super savings, too, with 50% off all remaining summer clothing. Infant to preteen, take the one-stop shopping route for your guys and gals. Kid Stop in Town Square North.
Owensboro Swin Cyclery and Fitness Center, 825 Frederica, Owensboro.
If you're traveling on South Frederica, check out the new kid on the block, Bowen Tire. The location is new, but the name has been around for 40 years. This new location is just another example of Bowen Tire's commitment to serving the tri-state area. Our intention is to serve you as quickly, conveniently, and professionally as possible. So if your car's broken, bring it by 2600 Frederica, and we'll put it back together for you. Bowen Tire, a different kind of tire store.
Event number 59, the girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle. Lane number 1, Lindsay Abel of Darnek. Lane number 2, Tammy Price of Splash. Lane number 3, Lindsay Green from Paddock. Lane number 4, Rocky Hatton of Splash. Lane number 5, Heather Woolley of Splash. And lane number 6, Sarah Howard of Splash. 4 Splash swimmers, once again, represented in this race. The girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle.
All right, we have 11-12 girls championship heat, 100-yard freestyle, 4 lengths. Take your mark.
And the swimmers are underway. A quick start in lane 3 for Lindsay Green. More results for you now. Event number 42, the boys 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old breaststroke. Trent Thomas of Paddock. The winner, Eric Foster, second from Splash. In the 43rd event, the girls 100-yard high school age breaststroke, Lisa Kelly of Atlantis was the victor. Tanya Miller of Darnek took second. Event number 44, the boys 100-yard high school age breaststroke, Brad Morse of Darnek in record time in the trials, couldn't quite get the record in, well, he did, excuse me. He got the record in the trials and in the finals, 104.12 and 104.66, which is the official time.
The official time will be the final time, I think.
So he didn't go quite as fast as he did in the trials, but still fast enough to get a record. Brad Morris going 104.66, breaking the old record of 105.18 back in 1978 in the boys 100-yard high school breaststroke. Here in the girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle, it is lane number 3, Lindsay Green of Paddock getting the victory. And I think it was lane number 4. Would you concur? Lane 4 of Rocky Hatton from Splash appears to have been second in the girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle. That was the 59th event, so brings us up to event number 60, the boys 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle. And in lane number 1, Ryan Montgomery from Atlantis. Lane number 2, Nathan Waninger from Paddock. Lane number 3, Joseph Boswell from Splash. Lane number 4, Kevin Kern from Darnek. Lane number 5, Bill Hess from Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 6, Sam Younger from Atlantis. Swimmers are at their mark, and they're off. And Joseph Boswell with a strong start in lane number 3 for Splash. He had a 4-second better time in the preliminaries than second place. And Joseph Boswell going strong in this one. Here's a few more results that we have gotten thus far. Event number 45, the girls 25-yard 8 and under butterfly. Well, let me hold off on these butterflies as I have given you the results through the breaststroke events, and I will give you the overall standings through the breaststroke events. Up through event number 44. I'll have that for you in just a minute.
Well, Joseph's going to be a strong winner again in this one.
Joseph Boswell with just about a half of a pool-length lead over second. That's why he won the prelims by 4 seconds, Joseph Boswell.
When Joseph first started swimming, he wouldn't put his face in the water. In his first race he ever swam, he never got his hair wet. So he's really come a long way.
He stayed out of the, kept the head out of the water.
He slid down the side and kept his head out of the water the whole race, but he was probably 5 or 6 years old then. He's really come a long way. Good swimmer.
If you'd have seen him then, I guess you wouldn't know him now. Joseph Boswell of Splash clearly winning the boys 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle. Second, I'm not sure. I think it was lane 4, Kevin Kern. I believe lane 4, Kevin Kern of Darnek was a distant second. Event number 61, the girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old freestyle. Lane 1, Carrie Law of Atlantis. Lane 2, Ashley Reynolds of Owensboro Country Club. Lane 3, Brooke Berry of Owensboro Country Club. Lane 4, Katie Malone of Splash. Lane 5, Jane Hess of Owensboro Country Club. Lane 6, Maggie Jones of Splash. And right now, it's anybody's race.
Country Club's really strong in this event with 3 swimmers.
3 swimmers from Country Club, 2 from Splash, Atlantis with 1. Let me give you the team scores through 44 events, through the breaststroke events. In first place for the girls, Splash with 196 points. Then comes Atlantis, Owensboro Country Club, Darnek, Paddock, Town and Country, and of course 1 swimmer not swimming for any team. For the boys, through the breaststroke, in first, Splash with 191 points. Then comes Atlantis, Paddock, Darnek, Owensboro Country Club, and Town and Country in that order. I'll give you the combined in just a second. We are having a dogfight here between lane 3 and 4. Brooke Berry just nipping Katie Malone. Brooke Berry of Owensboro Country Club nipping Katie Malone of Splash there at the wire in the girls' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old breaststroke.
Brooke's just 13, so she has another year in this age group also. So we have some young swimmers that are really doing well.
Some swimmers at the lower end of the age bracket are doing quite well here this afternoon in their respective events. Event number 62 now is the boys 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old freestyle, 13 and 14-year-old freestyle, going 100 yards for boys. Lane 1, Matt Walker, Town and Country. Lane 2, Trent Thomas from Paddock. Ryan Masenic in lane 3 from Splash. Atlantis has Clay Purdom in lane 4. Splash has Eric Foster in lane 5, and Nick Waninger is in lane 6 from Paddock. Okay, we had the girls and the boys results through through 44 events. I hope you can keep up as we kind of jump around here as we want to keep up with results and the races underway. But the combined score through 44 events, that's through the breaststroke, has Splash out in front by 150 points. Splash cruising thus far with 387 points. Then comes Atlantis with 237. Darnek is in 3rd. Paddock in 4th. Owensboro Country Club is in 5th. Town and Country is in 6th place. That was through 44 events.
It's going to be a dog
This is
fight
going to
for
be,
those,
looks like Ryan's pulling away though, but it's, I don't know, it's close.
Ryan Masenic appeared to pull away, but then Clay Purdom found some extra strength, but Ryan Masenic gets a strong bid from Clay Purdom. Not enough, though. Ryan Masenic of Splash winning the boys' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old freestyle. Clay Purdom a very close second from Atlantis. Event number 63 now, the girls' 100-yard high school freestyle. In lane number 1, we have Kate Hess of no team. Kate Hess not swimming for a team. Tanya Miller from Darnek in lane 2. Lane 3, Lisa Kelly from Atlantis. Lane 4, Leanne Presser from Atlantis. Mandy Keller from Darnek is in lane 5, and Missy Wink from Atlantis is in lane 6. Swimmers are at their mark now, and they're ready for the 100-yard high school freestyle for the girls. In the water, going 4 lengths. I'll have a chance to catch up on our last 2 official results that we have been given thus far. Event number 45, the girls' 25-yard 8 and under butterfly. Mary Jones sets a new summer championship record, going 25 yards in 17.33 seconds. The old record, 17.70, a new record for Mary Jones from Splash. Tracy Keller, second from Splash, in the girls' 25-yard 8 and under butterfly. In the 46th event, the boys' 25-yard 8 and under butterfly. Zach Sparks, your winner from Splash. Logan Johnson from Paddock took second. We have caught you up through 46 events. We are currently in our 63rd event, the girls' 100-yard high school freestyle. And right now, it's again a close one, just like last race, between lanes 3 and 4. Lisa Kelly and Leanne Presser, both from Atlantis, looking for a 1-2 finish for their team, and they will have it. Lisa Kelly, lane 3, and Leanne Presser, 1 and 2 respectively.
It's going to be a real fight on the team scores, too, for 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. I think 1st and 2nd is pretty determined, but once we get past that, it's really going to come down to the last races as to where those teams are going to finish.
For some of the lower positions, there will be some really close finishes, and for bragging rights as well, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Fellas, 100 yards, 4 lanes.
This is the boys' 100-yard high school freestyle. Lane 1, Gilmore Chung. Lane 2, Josh Vanover. Lane 3, Brad Morris from... Let me give you their teams. Let me backtrack. Gilmore Chung from Splash, Josh Vanover from Atlantis, Brad Morris from Darnek, Nate Pajak from Darnek, Jeremiah Johnson from Atlantis, and Kevin Hatton from Splash in lanes 1 through 6 in that order. And again, the big guy, Brad Morris from Darnek, is the man to beat. He was 2 seconds better than Nate Pajak, the 2nd place finisher in the trials. And it looks like it's going to be that way again unless something changes. However, here's a pretty good move in lane number 5 by Jeremiah Johnson of Atlantis. No doubt who's going to get it, Brad Morris, but Jeremiah Johnson trying to catch Nate Pajak for a second. He will not do it, however, as Darnek sweeps this event after Atlantis, yes, Atlantis swept the last event for the first 2 positions. Event number 65 now, we're up to that. It's the girls' 100-yard 8 and under individual medley. So 8 and under individual medley. So, boy, this is going to be a demanding one for the 8 and unders.
Yes, this is a hard event because they have to do 25 yards at each stroke, and it takes a lot out of them.
25 yards each stroke, 100 yards total for the 8 and under girls. This should be a good one. There's a break in the action. We'll be back with event number 65 when we return.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Give them any color they want, as long as it's black. Hi, I'm Dennis Wilson with the Insurance Center. That quote was from Henry Ford, and that same philosophy seems to hold true today with Allstate, State Farm, and other companies like them. They try to tailor your needs to their policies. We do it differently. At the Insurance Center, we tailor our policies to your needs. Tailor-made protection and security for the businesses and families in Owensboro and Davis County since 1969.
In just 6 days, your backyard could look like this. Home Pool doesn't just put in the pool. They make it look right in your yard with complete landscaping consultation. They're not a part-time company. Home Pools work year-round on decks, patios, and, of course, pools. And with 19 years of experience, you'll be quite satisfied with the job done for years after the 1-year guarantee. Estimates are free. It's the first step toward fulfilling your backyard dreams and filling your own pool with water. Call or visit Jim Pfister, the pool man, at Home Pool, 1200 Burlew Boulevard.
100-yard individual medley.
We return now to the city swim meet on cable Channel 2, 27th annual edition of it. And this, the girls' 100-yard 8 and under individual medley. They are going to do all 4 strokes for 1 length of the pool. Should be entertaining. Lane 1, Whitney Bell of Paddock. Lane 2, Jacqueline Berry of Splash. Lane 3, Tracy Keller of Splash. Lane 4, Mary Jones of Splash. Lane 5, Amber Smith of Splash. And lane 6, Savannah Perry of Darnek. Again, we just had are we doing it in a different order here than when we do the medley relays?
Right. They start out butterfly in the individual medley, but in the relay they start with the backstroke because you have to have your backstroke start.
And here they
can go from the butterfly to the backstroke in this event.
So we did the butterfly. We are in the backstroke. Actually, now some leaders are into the breaststroke. Freestyle will be last, as always. And it's neck and neck here for first between Tracy Keller and Mary Jones. There was 4 seconds difference in the prelims, actually 3.5, but boy, it's close here in the finals.
See who still has the most strength left on the last 25.
It's gut check time here in the 4th leg. Tracy Keller and Mary Jones. Tracy Keller with an eyelash of a lead. Will she be able to hold on? And she will. Tracy Keller finds the distance and wins for Splash, but her teammate wasn't far behind, Mary Jones, for second in a girls 100-yard 8 and under individual medley. Following suit, the boys 100-yard 8 and under individual medley, event number 66. We still have some swimmers in the pool finishing up here, so not to cut them short, but we'll get the rundown for event number 66, the boys 100-yard 8 and under individual medley. Lane 1 will be Andrew Still of Atlantis. Lane 2, Travis Jones of Atlantis. Lane 3, Zach Sparks of Splash. Lane 4, Logan Johnson of Paddock. Lane 5, John Carroll of Darnek. And Lane 6, Chris Blanford of Atlantis. More results are coming in. We'll probably have an opportunity here in this 4-length race to run some more down for you as we're getting ready for the boys 100-yard 8 and under individual medley. Any surprises at all for you thus far today?
There haven't been for me. No, not really.
We've had about 3 records so far.
Seems like we're having a lot of records today. I don't remember how many we had last year, but 3 and this far along in the meet's really a good number.
Yeah, we had 3 before they even got to the midway point of this meet, so that seems to be a fairly competitive quality meet thus far. We're underway in the boys 100-yard 8 and under individual medley. Let me get some results in for you. In event number 47, the girls 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old butterfly, Kelly Kern of Darnek took home the gold, and Beth Ludwizak of Owensboro Country Club was in front of her sister. I would assume they're sisters.
They're twins.
They're twin sisters, okay? Beth Ludwizak and Lori Ludwizak were second and third. In event number 48, the boys 50-yard 9 and 10-year-old butterfly. First place, Kyle Roby of Splash. Second place, Chris Harney of Atlantis. In event number 49, the girls 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old butterfly. Lindsey Green of Paddock was the victor. Tammy Price from Splash was second. Event number 50, the boys 50-yard 11 and 12-year-old butterfly. Joseph Boswell. I always want to say Josh for some reason. Joseph Boswell from Splash, the winner, and John Hess from Owensboro Country Club was second. In the event number 51, the girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old butterfly, Brooke Berry from Owensboro Country Club was the victor. Katie Malone took second place. Actually, a tie, excuse me. I really hadn't been looking for that earlier, and I hope there weren't any others like that, but Brooke Berry and Katie Malone, a dead heat in the girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old butterfly, both with 1:12.89 times. Speaking of quick times here, boy, we have quite a lead for our swimmer Zach Sparks in the boys 100-yard 8 and under individual medley. Zach Sparks from Splash with a comfortable victory, and really looked impressive there. I know he's a name I've heard in swimming circles around here as well.
Right, and he has a brother that swims also, Jake. 2 young swimmers, but they've already made their mark in the swimming circle.
I guess their whole future's ahead of them, to use an old, tired cliche, really.
Right.
They got their future out in front of them. Event number 67 is the girls 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old individual medley. Lane number 1, Mia Masenik from Splash. Lane number 2, Beth Ludwizak from Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 3, Kelly Kern from Darnek. Lori Ludwizak from Owensboro Country Club is in lane 4. Emily Keller from Splash in lane 5. Natalie Lindo from Darnek is in lane 6. This is the 27th annual Owensboro Summer Swimming City Championships. Tape delayed on Cable 2, a tradition continuing here for you. I'm John Sodrell, along with Linda Ford and Leslie Keller We have all the action for you this afternoon on an overcast day, but hey, could be worse.
It could be a lot worse.
I heard it's never rained for the city swim meet or something. They haven't ever had a problem with rain, and that's another tradition that we're continuing here today.
Well, I hope that one continues.
I hope I didn't. You know, I'll say it and it'll start to rain.
Right.
And then won't I be the goat? We're into the girls 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old individual medley. One of the 4 legs is down, and we're into the second leg, and right now it's lane number 3, Kelly Kern of Darnek, out in front. Some more results. Event number 52, the boys 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old butterfly. Ryan Masenik was the victor. Trent Thomas from Paddock was second. Masenik for Splash, again, the winner. Event number 53, the girls 100-yard high school butterfly. Lisa Kelly from Atlantis was the winner. Sarah Laux, the second place finisher from Owensboro Country Club. Event number 54, the boys 100-yard high school butterfly. Winning it was Brad Morse of Darnek, ahead of his teammate Nate Pajak in second. In event number 55, the girls 50-yard 8 and under freestyle. Tracy Keller from Splash led the victory parade for her team in front of other teammate Splash Mary Jones. Here in the girls 100-yard 9 and 10 individual medley, it's Darnek being represented by Kelly Kern getting the victory in lane number 3. Not far behind in lane number 2, Beth Ludwizak from Owensboro Country Club took second. Kelly Kern, again, the winner in event number 67. 19 more events to go here this afternoon in the city swim meet, and we're up to the 68th event, the boys 100-yard 9 and 10 individual medley. Brandon Black from Paddock in lane 1. Splash has Josh Murphy in lane number 2. Also from Splash in lane 3, Kyle Roby. Chris Harney in lane number 4 from Atlantis. Lane number 5, Jake Sparks from Splash, and Darnek in lane number 6 will be David Doggett for Darnek.
One thing kind of interesting to note on the 9:10 IM, on the records, the girls' record is almost 4 seconds faster than the boys' record.
That is quite interesting. The girls' record in the 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old individual medley is 1:13.49. For the boys in the very same event, 1:17.21, just under 4 seconds better.
And Brian Keller holds the boys' record, and he's a coach for Darnek now. So we have a lot of our past record holders come back and coach with their
That was back in
club.
1983, so 9 years ago. He's back now giving something back to the community and the swim team. Kyle Roby, a familiar name, hasn't been touched yet this afternoon, and it looks like he's well on his way to another win. Kyle Roby from Splash in the boys 100-yard 9 and 10 individual medley has a, well, I was going to say a comfortable lead, and I looked up, and there's Chris Harney from Atlantis coming on pretty strong in that third leg. I don't think he'll have enough, however, here in the freestyle. Kyle Roby will certainly cruise to yet another. They're going to have to build a new trophy room at his house. Second place going to Chris Harney from Atlantis in the boys 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old individual medley. We have a few swimmers finishing up, so we'll take this opportunity to take a break and return right after these words.
If you're traveling on South Frederica, check out the new kid on the block, Bowen Tire. The location is new, but the name has been around for 40 years. This new location is just another example of Bowen Tire's commitment to serving the tri-state area. Our intention is to serve you as quickly, conveniently, and professionally as possible. So if your car's broken, bring it by 2600 Frederica, and we'll put it back together for you. Bowen Tire, a different kind of tire store.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Give them any color they want, as long as it's black. Hi, I'm Dennis Wilson with the Insurance Center. That quote was from Henry Ford, and that same philosophy seems to hold true today with Allstate, State Farm, and other companies like them. They try to tailor your needs to their policies. We do it differently. At the Insurance Center, we tailor our policies to your needs. Tailor-made protection and security for the businesses and families in Owensboro and Davis County since 1969.
In just 6 days, your backyard could look like this. Home Pool doesn't just put in the pool. They make it look right in your yard with complete landscaping consultation. They're not a part-time company. Home Pools work year-round on decks, patios, and, of course, pools. And with 19 years of experience, you'll be quite satisfied with the job done for years after the one-year guarantee. Estimates are free. It's the first step toward fulfilling your backyard dreams and filling your own pool with water. Call or visit Jim Pfister, the pool man, at Home Pool, 1200 Burlew Boulevard.
Event number 69. Is that correct?
That's right.
We're up to event number 69 now. This being the girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old individual medley. In lane 1, Lindsay Abel of Darnek. Lane number 2, Tammy Price of Splash. Lane number 3, Lindsay Green of Paddock. Lane number 4, Rocky Hatton of Splash. Lane number 5, Sarah Howard of Splash. Lane number 6, Heather Woolley of Splash. As we're underway with event number 69, the girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old individual medley. And this one is a very entertaining race. Nobody with more than just a few body lengths lead on anybody else.
See, Heather Woolley in lane 6, the best stroke is the backstroke. So on that cheaper leg of the race, she pulled out. So it can go back and forth in this kind of an event.
You might lose some ground in a weaker stroke
and then pick it up in your strong stroke.
Lane 5's wearing her goggles around her mouth instead of her eyes.
I noticed that. We have a swimmer that lost her goggles and was in her mouth. You're exactly right.
It makes it rather difficult to breathe.
It's becoming very close here between lane 3 and lane 4. Very close, and it looks like in lane 4, I believe Rocky Hatton in lane 4 may have come up from Splash to get the semi-upset over lane 3, Lindsay Green from Paddock. Lindsay Green swam the preliminaries in 2.5 second better time, but I think it looks from my vantage point that Rocky Hatton may have got her at the end.
It looked like she did touch her out there at the end.
Event number 70, the boys 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old individual medley. Lane number 1, Nathan Waninger from Paddock. Lane number 2, Bill Hess from Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 3, Joseph Boswell from Splash. Lane number 4, Kevin Kern from Darnek. Lane number 5, Ryan Montgomery from Atlantis. And lane number 6, John Hess from Owensboro Country Club. Swimmers are at their marks. And what does that mean if a swimmer falls in like that? One more time and you're disqualified or something, or?
Well, in that case, he was trying to stand up. Evidently, they didn't all come down together. They want them, when they take the mark, they're supposed to all come together. If they don't, they stand them up, and if you just lose your balance, then you're not disqualified. But if you're making a forward motion,
we haven't had any of those yet.
Not on the start, we haven't.
Is that fairly surprising? I would think there might be 1 or 2 swimmers trying to get a jump here today.
Well, and they get a little bit of the jitter sometimes on race day and very anxious to start. Sometimes causes some disqualification.
Everything's been pretty clean so far. We've had a few disqualifications in the races themselves.
Right. But nothing in the starts yet.
Halfway through the boys 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old individual medley, the 70th event on the afternoon. And boy, maybe a little bit of an upset here in lane 6. Well, excuse me. I didn't see anybody in lane 3 who's so far out in front. Joseph Boswell was out of my frame of view. I was looking at everybody else because Joseph Boswell running away with this one from Splash. A clear victor here today in the boys 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old individual medley. The race is for second here between lane 1 and lane 4, very close. And lane 4 will get second. Kevin Kern of Darnek just nipping out Nathan Waninger of Paddock. Okay, event number 71, the girls 100-yard girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old individual medley. And Erica Lamar will be in lane 1 from Atlantis. From Paddock, they'll have Tiffany Strong in lane 2. Owensboro Country Club will have Brooke Berry in lane 3. Katie Malone in lane 4 from Splash. Jane Hess from Owensboro Country Club occupies lane 5. Lane 6 will feature Carly Cundiff from Atlantis. And there's a little discussion in front of us, I think, regarding that last race. Could you pick up on anything that...
It looked like to me they were either questioning somebody on their keyhole off the wall or in the breaststroke just from the motions they were making, but the coaches were questioning one...
The stroke judge?
The stroke judge about, I don't know if he didn't call or he did call something that they disagreed with.
So some question as to improper strokes in that last race as they try to hash it out over in the corner and try to come up with an agreement. Anyway, we're ready for event number 71, the girls 100-yard 13 14-year-old individual medley. Why don't you keep your eye on that for us, Linda, and see if
okay, it looks like something with the breaststroke.
She was bringing her hands around
or the butterfly. I'm not really sure. The way they're making the strokes, it's hard to tell which stroke they're really talking about. But it looks similar to the discussion they had a while ago. It may be the same swimmer. I'm not really sure. I don't remember what age group it was a while ago when they had a similar discussion.
While you watch that, let me get some more results in. From event number 56, the boys 50-yard 8 and under freestyle. Zach Sparks from Splash was the winner. Andrew Still from Atlantis took second. Event number 57, the girls 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle. Kelly Kern of Darnek, the victor. Rachel Jones, second place for Splash. Event number 58, the boys 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old freestyle. Kyle Roby from Splash won it, and Chris Harney from Atlantis took home the silver. Event number 59, the girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle. Rocky Hatton from Splash came home first. Lindsey Green from Paddock took second place. Event number 60, the boys 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old freestyle. Joseph Boswell from Splash was the winner, and Kevin Kern from Darnek was the second place swimmer. Event number 61, the girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old freestyle. Brooke Berry from Owensboro Country Club was the victor, but not by much, over second place finisher Katie Malone of Splash. Event number 62, the boys 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old freestyle. Ryan Misenik of Splash was the winner, and Clay Purdom of Atlantis took second. Event number 63, the girls 100-yard high school age freestyle. Lisa Kelly of Atlantis was the winner, and Leanne Presser of Atlantis was second. Atlantis also took third, by the way, by Missy Wink in this one, in the girls 100-yard high school freestyle. In the boys 100-yard high school freestyle, Brad Morse of Darnek, no surprise there, with the victory. Nate Pajak of Darnek was close behind for second place. They're still trying to get things figured out from that last race. While they do that, we'll go ahead and take this opportunity for these commercial messages and be back right after this.
The area's #1 spot for kids stuff? This is it, Kid Stop, in Town Square North. One stop for kids' shoes, including Strider Rite, Baby Bot, and Toddler University, fitted by certified shoe specialists. One stop for familiar and favorite brands and back-to-school clothes like Nautica, Esprit, Boston Traders, and Zoodles. One stop for super savings, too, with 50% off all remaining summer clothing. Infant to preteen, take the one-stop shopping route for your guys and gals. Kid Stop in Town Square North.
Owensboro Swin Cyclery and Fitness Center, 825 Frederica, Owensboro.
Bowen Tire. We're a different kind of tire store. Since 1950, you've trusted Bowen for auto tires, truck tires, and commercial tires. You've counted on Bowen for the parts and services you've needed to keep your car going. And we've done it all at reasonable prices. Bowen Tire. We really are a different kind of tire store.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Welcome back to the Darnek Swim Club, the city swim meet on Cable 2. Tape played for you, and I think we have things ironed out from that last race. I'll have you comment about that in a second, but first of all, this is event number 71, the girls' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old individual medley. We've already run down the swimmers for you. Let me catch you up again. At lane number 1, Erica Lamar of Atlantis. Lane 2, Tiffany Strong of Paddock. Lane 3, Brooke Berry of Country Club. Lane 4, Katie Malone of Splash. Lane 5, Jane Hess of Owensboro Country Club. Lane 6, Carly Cundiff of Atlantis. So they got that ironed out, and that was quite a lengthy break. That's not normally the case, is it?
Not usually. I don't know whether they did call disqualification or didn't. I'm not sure. And the coaches from Atlantis were questioning that, and then evidently they took it to the meet director, and I don't know what the decision was. Everyone.
Basically, they went all the way to the top on this one.
Right.
Tried to get it resolved. You couldn't tell, you didn't see how things ended up, though.
No, I don't know. Doesn't look like there was any change in whatever the decision was, but I couldn't tell whether it was, could you tell whether it was one they called or something they didn't call? It evidently was something on the butterfly.
Something on the strokes, and they tried to get it resolved all the way to the meet director, Gary Keller. Lane number 3, Brooke Berry. Out in front here in the 13 and 14-year-old individual medley, Brooke Berry from Owensboro Country Club. The winner, and from Splash, Katie Malone, lane number 4, grabbed second. The 72nd event today is the boys' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old individual medley. In lane number 1, Matt Walker from Town and Country. Lane number 2, Trent Thomas from Paddock. Lane number 3, Ryan Masinek from Splash. Lane number 4, Eric Foster from Splash. Atlantis has Clay Purdom in lane number 5, and Paddock has Nick Waninger in lane number 6.
Some interesting swim trunks in lane 1. See that real often in competitive swimming.
Oh, cooled off again.
Hey, girls, you're all wet. What's the story? We're all wet out here.
These big guys on the butterfly can get you pretty wet.
Kind of the biking pant look on lane number 1 for Matt Walker from Town and Country, sporting the latest rage in swimwear. Here's a few more results for you. Event number 65, the girls' 100-yard 8 and under individual medley with the little ones. That was a fun one, and it was very fun for Tracy Keller, who had a record performance, doing it in 1:28.18 seconds. The old record, 1:30.14, so almost shaving 2 seconds off the old record. Tracy Keller from Splash gets the win in record fashion. Mary Jones from Splash, second. As a matter of fact, 4 Splash swimmers took the first 4 spots.
That was Jamie Mueller's record also. I don't know that Tracy broke, so that is a record that's probably been there for a long time, too.
1985, Jamie Mueller's record broken by Tracy Keller in the 65th event, the girls' 100-yard 8 and under individual medley, and broken by about 2 seconds, so maybe Tracy Keller will be the next Jamie Mueller. Here it was lane number 3, Ryan Masinek from Splash holding on for the win. Ryan Masinek had a nice time in the preliminaries, 3 seconds faster than anybody else, and holds up here in the finals. Ryan Masinek for Splash in the boys' 100-yard 13 and 14 individual medley.
Trent Thomas was right behind him. I think the two of them have battled out several races today also.
They have had some entertaining battles. definitely. But Ryan Messinek appears to be getting the better of it thus far, but not by much. Event number 73 is a 200-yarder, okay? We're going to go 200 yards for the first time today in any event, correct?
Uh-huh.
First time we're going 200 yards, and this is the girls' high school individual medley. They will go 8 lengths of the pool in this one. Definitely stamina will come into play here. In lane number 1, Missy Wink of Atlantis. Lane number 2, Leanne Presser of Atlantis. Lane number 3, Lisa Kelly of Atlantis. Lane number 4, Tanya Miller of Darnek. Lane number 5, Mandy Keller of Darnek. And lane number 6, Kate Hess, swimming on her own. Again, there is another slight break. We'll do the same. We'll be back to Darnek right after this.
In just 6 days, your backyard could look like this. Home Pool doesn't just put in the pool. They make it look right in your yard with complete landscaping consultation. They're not a part-time company. Home Pools work year-round on decks, patios, and, of course, pools. And with 19 years of experience, you'll be quite satisfied with the job done for years after the 1-year guarantee. Estimates are free. It's the first step toward fulfilling your backyard dreams and filling your own pool with water. Call or visit Jim Pfister, the pool man, at Home Pool, 1200 Burlew Boulevard.
The area's #1 spot for kids stuff? This is it. Kids Stop in Town Square North. One stop for kids' shoes, including Strider Rite, Baby Bot, and Toddler University. Fitted by certified shoe specialists. One stop for familiar and favorite brands and back-to-school clothes like Nautica, Esprit, Boston Traders, and Zoodles. One stop for super savings, too, with 50% off all remaining summer clothing. Infant to preteen. Take the one-stop shopping route for your guys and gals. Kids Stop in Town Square North.
Owensboro Swin Cyclery and Fitness Center, 825 Frederica, Owensboro.
Bowen Tire. We're a different kind of tire store. Since 1950, you've trusted Bowen for auto tires, truck tires, and commercial tires. You've counted on Bowen for the parts and services you've needed to keep your car going. And we've done it all at reasonable prices. Bowen Tire. We really are a different kind of tire store.
Welcome back now to the Darnek Swim Club, site of the 27th Annual Owensboro Summer Swimming City Championships. Event number 73 about to get underway with the girls' 200-yard high school individual medley. We've already run down the competitors for you before the break. Hope you remember them because we're underway now. 200 yards, 8 lengths of the pool. That means 2 lengths of the pool for each stroke. We'll have plenty of time here, so I can get caught up with what we have for the results thus far. We're up to event number 66. That was the boys' 100-yard 8 and under individual medley. Zach Sparks was your winner from Splash. Logan Johnson of Paddock was second. In event number 67, the girls' 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old individual medley. Kelly Kern of Darnek was your victor. Beth Ludwizak and Lori Ludwizak, second and third from Owensboro Country Club, respectively. Event number 68, the boys' 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old individual medley. Kyle Roby of Splash took home the bacon in that one. Chris Harney of Atlantis was second. In event number 69, the girls' 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old individual medley. Rocky Hatton from Splash victorious. Lindsay Green of Paddock got the silver. Event number 70, the boys' 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old individual medley. Joseph Boswell of Splash was the winner, and Kevin Kern, second-place finisher of Darnek. Event number 71, the girls' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old individual medley. Brooke Berry of Owensboro Country Club was the victorious swimmer, and Katie Malone of Splash took home second place. And event number 72, as we are totally caught up now, the boys' 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old individual medley. Ryan Messinek, no surprise from Splash, took home first. He did get a good challenge from Trent Thomas who got second from Paddock. So that brings us up to date through 72 events. We are into the 73rd event now. And again, it's the girls' 200-yard high school individual medley. Haven't heard recently on the team total, so cannot really guess on that. However, I wouldn't be far off by thinking Splash was ahead. But we don't have anything official on the team events after the 44th, on the team totals rather, through after the 44th event. But in this event anyway, in the freestyle, we're about finished up, and it looks like lane 3, Lisa Kelly of Atlantis. Well, it doesn't look like, there's no doubt about it. Lisa Kelly of Atlantis way out in front. Second place goes to Darnek's Tanya Miller in lane number 4, but a distant second, I must say, as Lisa Kelly, very impressive here in the girls' 200-yard high school individual medley. Event number 73.
Lisa is a long-distance swimmer. She really is good in the longer events.
Some girls specialize more in those longer events than the shorter events.
Some just different swimmers do. Some will swim the 500, the 1,000, and 1,500 in U.S. swim, and do better in those than they do some of the shorter events.
Do you change your strokes any from the shorter event to a longer event? Do you change, shorten it up or anything? Or?
No, you just your strategy on how you pace yourself would be different, but the stroke would
still
stay the
swim
same.
the same way.
Right.
Event number 74 is the boys' 200-yard high school individual medley. In lane 1, Jeremiah Johnson from Atlantis. Lane 2, Gilmore Chung from Splash. Lane 3, Brad Morse from Darnek. Lane 5, Nate Pajak from Darnek. Lane 5, Kevin Hatton from Splash. And lane 6, Chad Masenik from Darnek. The boys' 200-yard high school individual medley underway. And again, another good battle between teammates Brad Morse and Nate Pajak of Darnek. Lanes 3 and 4, I think, will probably be the ones to watch. Let's get an interpretation from that pause that we had a little while ago from discussion between the coaches and the stroke judge. The question was over the recovery of your stroke. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
One of the stroke judges disqualified a swimmer because he felt like the swimmer was doing an underwater recovery during the butterfly, which means that during the stroke he was doing an extra little pull in the water, and there was discussion between he and the coach as to whether or not that he was actually doing that. But once the stroke judge calls it, then probably unless someone else higher up actually saw it, it would be hard to overturn. And it looked like 2 of the judges had called the same thing.
The judges said it was illegal. The coach felt that it was not illegal, and I believe what we were told is the coach thought you could do a recovery to a point under the water, whereas any recovery of any form under the water is illegal.
That's what the stroke judge interprets the rule, that any recovery at all is illegal. Looks like Nate's out ahead of Brad in this one.
It's going to come down to the wire.
It is going to come down to the freestyle, isn't it?
3/4 of the way done, and the freestyle is well, I turned my page, Mr. Morse's strongest suit. Is that not right?
Right.
So.
Well, I don't know. Brad's strong in all of his strokes, but it looks like he's going to pull away here.
Brad Morse was a little bit behind heading into the freestyle, but has made up the difference here. And again, a good battle between Brad Morse and Nate Pajak. It's the affirmed and affirmed racing, kind of a horse race analogy, if you will. As Brad Morse again wins, and Nate Pajak, always a bridesmaid, never a bride, kind of a thing for Nate Pajak. A quality race, but could not quite catch teammate Brad Morse in that one. We're up now to event number 75. Event number 75, the girls' 100-yard 7- and 8-year-old free relay. This will have Darnek in lane 1, Owensboro Country Club in lane 2, the team of Splash in lane 3, Paddock will have lane 4, Atlantis lane 5, Town and Country lane 6. Again, they did not qualify in these relays yesterday, so no particular indication from yesterday anyway as to who might be the team to beat. The times, though, favoring Splash by a long shot. Is this that
this is I don't know what they call this
killer team again? What's that?
Deadly Medley.
Deadly Medley, but I'm not sure
team?
what they call themselves when they're doing the freestyle relay.
This is the Deadly Medley team, and could have another record in serious doubt here in this one. The Deadly Medley is 14 seconds faster than anybody else so far this summer.
I'd say we're going to see another record fall on this group.
Be watching lane 3, the Splash team with the 7- and 8-year-old girls that are oh so strong as we get set for the free relay for 100 yards. This is the 75th event. In the 73rd event, the girls' 200-yard high school individual medley. Lisa Kelly from Atlantis was the winner in a 2:30.55, well shy of the record of 2:13.84, but a nice effort. Second place, Tanya Miller of Darnek. And we're going to be quiet here as we try to hear the team totals up to a point. So let's see if we can hear those.
88, Darnek 127, Country Club 148, Atlantis 181, Splash 322.
Splash, Atlantis, and Owensboro Country Club, 1, 2, 3 for the girls.
Country Club 66.5, Paddock 155, Darnek 156.5, Atlantis 168, Splash 322.
Splash, Atlantis, Darnek, in that order for the boys. Very close between Darnek and Atlantis for the boys for second place. Overall,
243, Darnek 283.5, Atlantis 249, Splash 644.
Splash, Atlantis, and Darnek in that order in the overall team totals thus far. I did not hear, however, how many events that was through.
I think he said it was up through the last event, up to the relays. So that is the most up-to-date score.
Up to the relays, so that's through the event that we just had. Up through event number 74, it's Splash, Atlantis, and Darnek in the overall totals. This, again, the girls' 100-yard 7- and 8-year-old free relay. Darnek, Owensboro Country Club, Splash, Paddock, Atlantis, and Town and Country in that order. However, this is a race for second. Splash in lane 3 would have to have some catastrophe not to win it. Watch lane 3.
They could have a disqualification. That would be a real catastrophe for them, so they have to really be careful. When you have a big lead, you have to really be careful not to be over anxious and do something that would disqualify you.
Again, these relays are real critical. They count double as far as point totals.
And Splash, as mentioned, is clearly out in front. The Deadly Medleys Club with their white caps and the blue sides where it says Deadly Medley, they are cruising in lane number 3. For second place, however, second place is a fight. Well, we're missing a team here. Owensboro Country Club did not have their team in the pool. We didn't see that. Lane number 2, it was supposed to be Owensboro Country Club. They are not represented. But Splash winning easily, trying for a record, making a bid. We'll have to wait and see if it's a record time, but here's a pretty close race for second between lane 4 and lane 5 and lane 6. And it's 4, 5, and 6 in that order. Just 1, 2, 3, bang, 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 with Paddock, Atlantis, and Town and Country making it close there at the end for second place. Event number 76, the boys' 100-yard 7- and 8-year-old free relay. Lane 1 will be Paddock. Lane 2 will be Darnek. Lane 3 will be Atlantis. Lane 4 will be Splash. Lane 5 will be Owensboro Country Club. And I'll tell you, it's looking a little bit ominous off to the horizon right now, guys, as we have some pretty threatening clouds heading our way with just a few more, with about 10 events left to go. We're going to be pressed now with some bad weather heading our way. And in lane number 3, Atlantis. The Atlantis swimmer came out strong, but boy, very strong here in the latter portion of the first leg is the Splash team in lane number 4. What happens if rain comes in? Who makes that kind of a determination?
I guess the coaches probably would meet and decide whether they would continue tomorrow, or I assume they would want to finish because they have individual trophies for high point in each group and everything, so it wouldn't be quite fair not to finish the meet.
Of course, any sign of lightning at all, and we're out of the pool.
Right, out of the pool. Whether it's in the middle of an event or not, they'll stop the event.
Stop it even in the middle of an event. Okay.
They also could take the places that they qualified in yesterday and use that for the 500 anyway.
Well, there'll be no stopping this youngster who's here in the lane 3 for Darnek, I believe. Lane number 3, Atlantis. As Atlantis in lane number 3 gets the victory in the boys 100-yard 7- and 8-year-old free relay, the 76th event. 10 events left here on the afternoon from the 27th annual Owensboro Summer Swimming City Championships. There's a mouthful for you. Coming to tape delayed on Cable 2, Linda Ford, Leslie Keller, John Sodrell with all the action. Event number 77, a girls 100-yard 9- and 10-year-old free relay. Lane number 1 has Paddock. Lane number 2 has Atlantis. Lane number 3 has Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 4 has Splash. Lane 5 has Darnek. Lane number 6, Town and Country. Here's the results from the 74th event, the boys 200-yard high school individual medley. The boys 200-yard high school individual medley had Brad Morse and Nate Pajak battling down to the wire again. Brad Morse, both from Darnek. Brad Morse 2:14.17, Nate Pajak 2:14.72, 57 hundredths of a second behind. 55, I'll get my math right, 55 hundredths of a second. Brad Morse gets the win over teammate Nate Pajak. This the girls 100-yard 9- and 10-year-old free relay, and right now it's lane number 4 with the mild upset underway. Lane number 4, the team of Splash is out in front. They were only 16 hundredths of a second behind in the times turned in by their coaches, however. And it will be Splash getting the win. Pretty close race for second. Lane number 3, it's 3-2-1 in that order. Country Club, Atlantis, and Paddock for the second, third, and fourth place finishes. The event number 78, the boys 100-yard 9- and 10-year-old free relay. Lane number 1, Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 2, Paddock. Lane number 3, Splash. Lane number 4, Darnek. Lane number 5, Atlantis. Just 5 teams here in the boys 100-yard 9- and 10-year-old free relay.
They're going to have to swim awfully fast to beat the weather, I believe.
We are really looking in bad shape weather-wise right about now. We have some very dark clouds, and they are moving very quickly over the top, and things have taken a dramatic turn temperature-wise. In about 3 minutes, we probably lost 5 degrees. So, and the wind is also really picking up. But that being said, we're still going at it in event number 78. The boys 100-yard 9- and 10-year-old free relay is underway. 4 lengths of the pool, and I'm not sure what's going faster, the wind or our swimmers in the pool. We have quite a lot of ripples in the pool from the wind. Lane number 3 out in front, Splash, the team of Splash. They want to run away with this city swim meet this year, the 27th annual. They're leaving no doubt as to who is the best around. The defending champs, Splash, looking to make it 2 straight. Splash out in front here in this one. Splash looking good. Splash easily winning the boys 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old free relay. Second place going to Paddock in lane number 2. Event number 79, the girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old free relay. Lane number 1 will be Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 2 will be Paddock. Lane number 3 will be Splash. Lane number 4 is Darnek. Atlantis is in lane number 5, and Town and Country has lane number 6. We're not wasting any time getting the swimmers up there, and that's a smart move. We're going right to the next event, trying to get it in before Mother Nature comes a-calling. They're at their mark, and they're off. And as bad as it looks, it has yet to do anything, and it's a little bit clear behind it, so let's knock on some wood around here and get this swim meet in this year. Lanes 2, 3, and 4 were right there at the horn, right there at the first leg.
I feel like our relays go pretty fast, so maybe they can have them ready and get through this quick.
It was close after one leg, but then lane 3, the team of Splash, wouldn't you know, makes a big charge after the second leg, putting their swimmer in good shape for the third leg in this free relay. Free relay, that's the only stroke where it has a relay to its own, correct? Is there a...
Right, unless
it's not like
you
a
have...
breaststroke relay.
No, not you normally, unless it is just like a relay meet or something special like that, but in competition, that's free relay and medley.
Lane 3, Splash getting the win. Darnek not far behind for second place. It appears that way again. Our results unofficial until we tell you otherwise. But Splash and Darnek 1-2 in the girls 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old free I'll get it right. Free relay. Event number 80, the boys 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old free relay. Darnek in lane 1, Splash in lane 2. Lane 3 features Country Club. Lane 4 has Paddock, and Atlantis will be in lane number 5. Here, Owensboro Country Club looks to be the stronger one. According to the times, they have a 3-second lead, 3-second better time, well, 2.5 over Paddock in lane 4 from the times that were turned in by their coaches.
We've got one team missing, it looks like. Unless they're just not
We are missing lane
yet.
number 4, Paddock, and they're one of the favorites here, and they have yet to show.
Looks like they're just having trouble getting their group together.
While we're waiting for a team to show up, well, here he is. We got a youngster from Paddock making his way to the starting block. What's the official word for these? Starting platform?
Starting block.
Starting block, well, I had it right. Event number 80, Paddock making their way up to the starting block.
Stand up, please. All right, everybody ready to go?
And here we are, 5 teams ready for the boys' 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old free relay. They're at their mark, and they're in the water. Let me tell you about a record-setting performance in the 7 and 8-year-old free relay, the 75th event by the Deadly Medley. No surprise as they continue to burn up the pool. Event number 75, the girls' 100-yard 7 and 8-year-old free relay, covered in record time by the Splash team, nicknamed Deadly Medley, with Tracy Keller, Amber Smith, Jacqueline Berry, and Mary Jones. The old record, 112.84. The new record set today, 112.36. Almost a half of a second better in the girls' 100-yard 7 and 8-year-old free relay. This, the boys' 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old free relay. And here it is, the last leg of it. And very close between lanes 2 and lanes 3, Splash and Owensboro Country Club 2 and 3, and it will be Splash with a decent upset here from the times turned in anyway. Splash more than 3 seconds, well, just about 3 seconds slower in the times, but gets the win here over Owensboro Country Club in that order in the 11 and 12 100 free relay. Event number 81, the girls 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old free relay. Lane number 1, Darnek. Splash in lane number 2, Atlantis in lane number 3. Lane number 4 is Owensboro Country Club. Lane number 5 has Paddock. You know, I have to say that just from what I've seen, the older the the swimmers get, the more competitive the events are.
Right.
Seems like there's a younger kid, in the younger events, there's one kid that just has progressed faster than the others, but you get to the older youngsters and they are more even when they get
Right.
there.
A lot of times the younger kids will grow. You might have one that grows faster and is a little stronger, and then the other kids catch up with them when they get up in the upper age group. So it's not so much dominating the closer races.
And bearing out what I just said, we have only a body length between first and last here in the girls 100-yard 30 and 14 free relay. And it's very close in the middle of the pool. Lane number 3, but coming up strong in lane number 4, it's Atlantis and Owensboro Country Club. And it will be Atlantis just nipping out Owensboro Country Club at the end for first and second, but a very close race, one of the better races of the afternoon. Event number 82, the boys 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old free relay. Town and Country in lane number 1, Splash in lane number 2, Paddock will be in lane number 3, Atlantis in lane number 4, Darnek in lane number 5, Country Club in lane number 6. We have a loose touch pad here.
They've had trouble with that touchpad all day today. I don't know what the problem is, but it's fallen off several times.
Can you touch anywhere on the pad and it will still count your time?
Yes. If you just touch hard enough, it will.
How hard? You have to touch with a certain amount of force then?
Not really hard, but sometimes the little ones will not touch it hard enough, or they'll reach up on the top of it, but it doesn't really take a lot to
That's why the backup timers are so important, because when they get the official results, if they notice some results that look a little bit awkward, they may go and check the backup times just to make sure that the child actually did touch the pad.
I see. This is the boys 100-yard 13 and 14-year-old free relay, the 82nd of 86 events. And right now in lane 3, it's Paddock going for it. Out in front, quite comfortably actually. Lane number 2 though, is making a strong third leg, lane number 2. But lane number 3 is the team to beat right now, Paddock. Here's a real strong move by Atlantis in lane number 2 though, Splash by lane number 2. And Splash with the stronger swimmer at the end.
I believe they touched him out.
Is that Ryan Masenic?
That's Ryan Masenic.
Ryan Masenic for Splash makes up about a 6th length of the pool or so on the final leg of this 100-yard free relay for a Splash victory. Paddock will have second. Event number 83, the girls 100-yard high school free relay. In lane number 1, Paddock. Lane number 2, Darnek. Lane number 3, Atlantis. Lane number 4, Country Club. Lane number 5 is Splash. We're winding down here at the 27th Annual Owensboro Summer Swimming City Championships.
This is going to be a close race, too.
Again, the older kids having closer races. Not that the younger kids don't have entertaining races, but these tend to be a little bit more competitive. And right now it's lane 2 and lane number 3, but I'm not going to call it until it's over, as I've seen some pretty good comebacks here today. Lane number 2 into the water first on the last leg. That's the Darnek team. Atlantis in lane number 3 coming on strong, however. It's going to be touch and go at the end, and it will be Darnek. If my eyes are correct, it looks to be Darnek in lane number 2 with the win. Atlantis a very close second in lane number 3. Getting ready for event number 84. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality names like NEC, Nokia, Motorola, and Oki phones. You'll also receive a free antenna with installation. Don't let this chance pass you by. Visit Turner Electronics, Owensboro's Contel dealer today.
Owensboro Swim Cyclery and Fitness Center, 825 Frederica, Owensboro.
We return now for the 84th event, the boys 100-yard high school free relay. Cable 2's coverage of the 27th annual City Swim Championships, coming to you on a tape-delayed basis. This all taking place on Tuesday afternoon. In lane number 1 in this 100-yard high school free relay for the boys, Town and Country. In lane number 2, Splash. Lane number 3, Atlantis. Lane number 4, Darnek. Lane number 5 is Paddock. And 3 out in front, very strong. Splash, Atlantis, and Darnek, 2, 3, and 4. And they're all right there. It's anybody's race through just about 3 legs of this 4-leg race. It's just about neck and neck. However, 2 and 3 making a little bit of a move on lane number 4. And now in lane number 3, Atlantis. Out in front, Atlantis with the stronger swimmer in the final leg. Atlantis getting it at the end, and it was real close for second between lane 2 and lane 4, Splash and Darnek. Who's swimming there for Atlantis in lane number 3? Do you know?
On the last...
Put you on the spot there.
The last leg was Josh Vanover was one that swam for Atlantis, and Clay Purdom was swimming for Atlantis, and I didn't see who's...
Brad Morse, I think.
He was for Darnek.
Brad Morse for Darnek.
Yeah.
He's been strong all day, but had just a little bit too much ground to make up, I think. I think it was Atlantis first, Splash second, Darnek third in the 84th event. We're up to the 85th event, and this will be quite a lengthy one for you. This will be the girls' 500-yard open freestyle. What's the significance of the open?
This is for anybody that wants to participate. There's no age requirement on this. And you'll notice that some of the girls that are in this event aren't even in the high school. They may be in 11, 12, or 13, 14 age category. And they're swimming up in the open event.
Well, we're going to have a 15-minute break between the event that we just had, which was the boys' 100-yard high school division freestyle relay. We'll have a 15-minute break, is what we have been told, between now and the open freestyle going 500 yards. So we'll be back with that right after this.
In just 6 days, your backyard could look like this. Home Pool doesn't just put in the pool. They make it look right in your yard with complete landscaping consultation. They're not a part-time company. Home Pools work year-round on decks, patios, and, of course, pools. And with 19 years of experience, you'll be quite satisfied with the job done for years after the 1-year guarantee. Estimates are free. It's the first step toward fulfilling your backyard dreams and filling your own pool with water. Call or visit Jim Pfister, the pool man, at Home Pool, 1200 Burlew Boulevard.
The area's #1 spot for kids stuff? This is it, Kid Stop, in Town Square North. One stop for kids' shoes, including Strider Right, Baby Bot, and Toddler University, fitted by certified shoe specialists. One stop for familiar and favorite brands and back-to-school clothes like Nautica, Esprit, Boston Traders, and Zoodles. One stop for super savings, too, with 50% off all remaining summer clothing. Infant to preteen, take the one-stop shopping route for your guys and gals. Kid Stop in Town Square North.
As we return now to the city swim meet, we're underway with the next to last event. It's the girls' 500-yard open freestyle. If my math is correct, that will be, well, let me think about it here.
20
times. 20 lengths of the pool. My goodness, I'm going to be tired just watching them. I think I've swum 20 lengths of the pool, swam 20 lengths of the pool myself in my life.
Me too, if I added it all together.
That's what I mean,
whole life
in my life. So we're having 20 lengths here. The girls' 500-yard open freestyle, so several different age divisions also represented in this one. Here's who's swimming. In lane 1, Tanya Miller from Darnek. In lane 2, Lindsay Green from Paddock. In lane 3, Lisa Kelly from Atlantis. Lane 4, Leanne Presser from Atlantis. Lane 5, Brooke Berry from Owensboro Country Club. And lane 6, Katie Malone from Splash. 500 yards, 20 lengths of the pool at the freestyle stroke for girls. Let me run down some results for you while this is going on. It will be a long event. Event number 76, the boys' 100-yard 7- and 8-year-old free relay. Atlantis won it with John Janiak, Andrew Still, Mark Johnson, and Travis Jones. The swimmers' splash was second. In the 77th event, the girls' 100-yard 9 and 10-year-old free relay, Splash was victorious with Jennifer Price, Emily Keller, Rachel Jones, and Mia Masinik. Second place went to Darnek. 78th event, the boys' 100-yard 9 and 10 free relay. Splash had the winning team with Josh Murphy, Jake Sparks, Kyle Roby, and, well, we got unknown in fourth, okay? So we do not know who the fourth swimmer was for Splash, unfortunately. Paddock is second. Event number 79, the girls' 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old free relay. Splash, the winning team, again with Sarah Howard, Heather Woolley, Rocky Hatton, Tammy Price. Darnek was in second. And event number 80, the boys' 100-yard 11 and 12-year-old free relay. Splash again coming in with the winning team of Josh Murphy, Nick Roby, Kyle Roby, and Joseph Boswell. Country Club was the second-place team through the 80th event. And through the high school individual medleys, which was event number, let's see, the high school individual medley was event number 74, I believe. Through the 74th event, the boys' high school individual medley, the results stand like this. For the girls, the overall results have Splash with 322 points, Atlantis with 181, then Country Club, Darnek, Paddock, and Town and Country. For the boys, through the 74th event, Splash on top with 322 points. That's the same as the girls. The boys also with 322 points. Atlantis has 168. Darnek close with 156 in third. Paddock, Town and Country Club, rather. Paddock, Country Club, and Town and Country in that order for the boys. The combined totals, no surprise, Splash easily on top with 644 points. Atlantis a distant second with 349. Still pretty far back from there to Darnek at 283 in third. Then Paddock is in fourth, Country Club fifth, Town and Country is in sixth place. Of course, we have one swimmer not swimming for a team. She has 8 points so far in seventh. We also have a couple more results in now for you. I'm not sure where we are in this race, though, to be honest.
You can look at, they have lap counters for this race. So
we have lap counters. We are on the 13th lap of 20, so I have time to get in these events, these results. Results from the 81st event. The girls' 100-yard, 13 and 14-year-old free relay. Atlantis, the winning team, with Carrie Law, Amy Zerner, Erica Lamar, and Carly Cundiff. Country Club was in second. And the 82nd event, the boys' 100-yard, 13 and 14-year-old free relay, featured Splash, the winning team, as you might expect, with John Hicks, John Hayden, Eric Foster, Ryan Masinik on the club. Paddock was in second place in the boys' 100-yard, 13 and 14-year-old free relay. Those are the results through 82 events. We are in the 85th event, girls' 500-yard open freestyle. And so far, they're on lap number 15. The leaders are on lap number 15. And our leader is in lane number 3. That is Lisa Kelly from Atlantis. Lisa Kelly from Atlantis in lane number 3 in the open freestyle is out in front. She leads her teammate in second, Leanne Presser, in lane number 4. She'll be completing her 18th lap right now. Has to swim up and back, and that's what you hear as she is on her next to last lap. Event number 83 results for you as we wind down here. The 83rd event, the girls' 100-yard high school free relay. Darnek finished first with Tanya Miller, Mandy Keller, Nicole Vessels, and Lee Bowen. Atlantis was in second, and in the 84th event, the boys' 100-yard high school free relay. I'll tell you about that in just a second as we come to the end of this race. The open freestyle 500 yards for girls. Atlantis's Lisa Kelly out in front by about 2/3 of a pool, well, more than 2/3 of a pool length. Well, about 2/3 to 3/4 of a pool length. full length over her teammate Lee Ann Presser in lane 4, getting second. As I mentioned, the 84th event just prior to this one, the boys 100-yard high school free relay. Atlantis, the winning team of Clay Purdom, Jason Tapp, Jeremiah Johnson, and Josh Vanover. Splash was second.
One thing kind of interesting on this 500 this summer, in some of the dual meets, we had some of the parents that were former swimmers get in and swim the 500 and scored for their teams.
You're kidding me. There's no age.
No age limit.
No age
Nothing
limit.
to anyone.
Anybody can be in this. Okay.
So we have you signed up for next summer, John.
Not. Not. I better take some swim lessons from you guys before then. Can a coaches wouldn't be allowed, would they?
Sure.
Coaches would? Well, how come we don't see any of the coaches over there then in on it?
Because a lot of times the coaches can tell you what to do, but they aren't always
They
the
can
best.
coach. They may not be the best swimmers, but
Right.
they sure can coach, huh?
But these coaches that we have, a lot of them probably could do 500 with no
There are
problem.
some college swimmers involved, right?
Although they haven't been training this summer, so
Right.
the ones that are swimming are in probably better shape than the coaches at this point.
Don't you think also it's kind of nice to let the younger kids have a shot at
It
it,
is,
too?
and that's why they do it, too, I'm sure.
Okay, we are into the final event of the afternoon from the 27th Annual Owensboro Summer Swimming City Championships from the Darnek Club, being brought to you tape delayed on Cable Channel 2, the 86th event of the afternoon. The boys' 500-yard open freestyle in lane 1, Jeremiah Johnson from Atlantis. Lane 2, Brad Morse of Darnek. Lane 3, Ryan Masenik of Splash. Lane 4, Kevin Hatton of Splash. Lane 5, Nate Pajak of Darnek. And lane 6, Gilmore Chung of Splash.
This is a really important event, too, to pace yourself. You don't want to start out too quickly. It's a long way to go.
I'm pacing myself watching them. I'm not going to get too tired on these first few laps while I watch them. Okay, any bold predictions here on the final event?
Well,
I've blown all mine today.
I have to. I'm afraid we'll put a jinx on it.
Well, then you better get one right before it's all over, right?
Looks like Brad, but he was resting on the wall that time, so I'm not sure.
He was taking a little breather as he
just a little
made the
rest down
turn.
there.
And we're only seven lengths into this. Again, there's 20 to be done.
Not sure Brad has the endurance.
I think you're exactly right. He's feeling it from some of the earlier events. Some of these younger guys in the middle, some of the littler guys in the middle are really coming on strong here. Lane 3 and lane 4. And Brad Morris has had enough from some of the earlier events. He's brought home his share of trophies on the afternoon. Lane 3 and lane 4, Ryan Masenik and Kevin Hatton, both very talented youngsters.
It looks like they're pacing each other.
It looks like they're trying.
They're sizing each other up. Nobody wants to, kind of like a long-distance runner, they're waiting until the end to make a break from the pack, so to speak. Is that?
Yeah, that's pretty much. It looks like Ryan is entered from yesterday a little bit faster than Kevin, but we'll see because they're right together.
I know we didn't have to swim the relays yesterday, but we did swim these long races yesterday, right?
Right. Sometimes in the high school meets, they will just swim the 500 on the finals rather than making them swim it twice, but I assume they swam it yesterday from having it.
High school, but on the high school meet, that's all in one day, you're saying. There's preliminaries and then later is the finals.
A lot of the times it's that way, and it makes a long day.
They won't make them swim it in one day, twice in one day.
There aren't that many that want to swim the 500.
I was going to say, they probably only have roughly around 6 or so. That you don't really have to knock a whole lot of people out in the preliminary rounds, I wouldn't think. That's why I graciously volunteered not to swim it, so that we would have more than enough room for everybody else.
Looks like somebody's on lap 31 down there. I believe they've gotten their numbers backwards.
31 laps. That's a different event. That's the 10,000.
Right.
Is this the longest event that there is in swimming?
No, there's well, and it's just summer swim there is, but now in U.S. there's I know 1,500.
There's a 1,500. Or do you always swim on a 25-yard length pool?
Well, yeah, no.
No.
In the summer, they swim in meters, so they're 25 and 50-meter pools.
Okay.
Which is called long course. And then in the winter months, it's called short course, and they swim all in yard pools.
Okay. But this is 20 times back and forth, so the 1,500 is 60 times that they go back 60 lengths of the pool. Maybe next year we'll incorporate that into the city swim meet. But right now it's still Ryan Masenik and Kevin Hatton out front in lane 3 and 4. Masenik with just a slight edge, but they're getting the signal from the coach to make their move on the sideline. There's not much time to waste now. No more pacing yourself. They are on the 19th leg of 20, and Ryan Masenik and Kevin Hatton are still neck and neck at Darnek.
Let's see on the turn there. Ryan made his turn just a little quicker than Kevin did. Now he's making his move.
Ryan is pulling out a little bit. Appears to be a little bit pressure. And it will be Ryan Masenik. Don't be confused by other swimmers around them that have swam less laps. Ryan Masenik wins by 1 length of his body over Kevin Hatton in our final event. Ryan Masenik, of course unofficial, but the way we saw it in the boys' 500-yard open freestyle. See, Ryan Masenik, he is in the 13 to 14 age division. Is that correct? Or
11, 12, I believe.
Oh, is it 11 to...
He's going into the 8th grade, so whatever age group.
11 and 12.
14. He's 13, 14.
He's in the 13 to 14 division, so he shows those high schoolers who's boss.
He does, yeah.
And gets the win in the 500 open freestyle over Kevin Hatton. Both are of Splash. Just padding the Splash lead here this afternoon. We'll be back with the final results and some closing comments and some interviews from the 27th Annual City Swim Meet right after this.
Turner Electronics, Owensboro's newest Contel dealer, has an offer too good to pass up. For a limited time, when you purchase a cellular phone from Turner Electronics, you will receive $110 off your cellular bill. $110! And you get to choose from many quality